GBA Radio. Turn the motherfucking speakers to the max. Ladies and gentlemen, worldwide premiere. You're now in the mix with the baddest out there in the game.
What's good? What's good? You tapped in the GBA Radio, man. I'm the host with the most, the real Slim Ballin'. What's good with y'all, GBA Nation, man? Whoo, boy, we been hitting y'all with all kinds of content and y'all know what I'm saying. It's supposed to be, Sunday for us. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be Sunday for us, but we've been still working regardless anyway. Hey, y'all, with whatever we got going on and the latest that's jumping off in the underground, you know what I'm saying? And from the artists that rock with us, you know what I'm saying? He with the latest that they got cooking up too, you know. The way that we do, man. We got a storm outside brewing this evening. Trees are swaying. 2 of them done fell already in like the last 3 hours. Crazy. Well, what y'all got going on checking in from all your states and stuff, man? Get up in y'all seats for the roll call, though. Say, y'all know how we do it, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What we got going on this Sunday for us? Well, for some of y'all, I guess it's hump day. I had to get out there and get it. Or is it Tuesday? I don't know, man. Don't know, man. And we over here on different. We way different over here, man. We don't keep track of time and the days and stuff unless we got an appointment we got to satisfy. In the meantime, it's a Friday every day. And if you ain't got nothing to do, man, roll up thumbs. Your cup looking empty. Go fill that thing up, man. You don't know what we going on this episode, you know what I'm saying? My man Grimace, he's off for this evening, you know what I'm saying? He tapped in on the earliest stream. We'll probably have Big Bags jump in, you know what I'm saying? See if we got some kind of dialogue this evening or whatever. And then we'll probably drop the link and see whoever wants to come up here and shit. I trust and believe you come up here, you all public domain. Yeah, like we said this year, we ain't playing with them. So you come out say something sus or whatever. Oh, the clip factor is in effect. Clip factor is in effect. Be my next sample. Be my next sample. I got the whole team. We had a nice meeting today. They definitely watching. They waiting for them trolls to reemerge. Cause we gonna get y'all for that clip factor. Ooh, y'all will stay off the internet this year. Yes, indeed. And we noticed that the subscriber count went down. It's all right. It's all right. We've noticed it would go down. Some people getting their feelings and stuff like that when they finally go through, see the content and stuff. Whatever. You know how it is, man. Nah, it is. You got to weed them people out of your circle, though. Get them out of the nation, man. Get them up out of here. We don't need them around here. They get butthurt off of comedy and entertainment and joke factors or whatever. We don't need them around here, man. Your skin ain't tough like a rhino and your emotions get hurt. This is not the spot for you. Cause we, like I said, man, we run late night around here, man. We are the prime time, the main event. We got all the other podcasters checking in as we drip sauce here and there, just so they can figure out how to make their motion get more of a flow or more of a traffic to it. We don't knock them. By the time they paid attention, because the methods they were doing obviously weren't improving that growth that they now starting to see by paying attention. Don't believe so? Go check out some shows. The panel members ain't disappearing no more. Remember we did a whole little guilt trip with the Cash App video, but we were teaching at the same time to see that it doesn't matter. You can have a musicless show, but if it's content and it's impactful, it generates, and you watch how people share it to other people. How you could take and be impactful in a less time span of 16 to 3 minutes with your content of chopping it up. So now you got more content, not reaching the different audience. Now you can put a different spin on it, and then you can remix it, then remix it, then remix it. We showed you what? Real time, an example of, okay, let's do something right here. Then let's remix that. Then let's remix that. Bam, 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 bam. Each one jumped off. Then they said, oh shit, we gotta do that. There you go. There you go. What happened? You, beep, 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 beep. New subscriber base, right? Yeah. But then they still only cater to one method of crowd. I'm like, okay, the cats on the phone, they're getting smacked with ads. Us on desktop, we can run whatever and take the ads off, catch the whole show. The people on the phone, right? You don't want to play their favorite song and then bam, they had ads, they miss it, come back and they like, dang, I gotta try and skip back. Now when they're writing in the chat, you might get upset because you're like, hey man, keep up with the show. You're writing back in time. It's throwing off the conversation. Now other people are like, what is he talking about? What? Right. See? Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, hit that like, yo. Let me get at least like one like every episode, bro. Can we get that one like? We don't like to ask for that shit, but apparently it helps the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the sponsor, High Life, you know what I'm saying? We keep rolling them up and smoking it as long as y'all provide it. Yes, indeed. Hey, y'all remember we had Sweet Life all for about 6 months last year, and everybody that signed up for that, appreciate everybody that jumped on board. They sent me a little letter from them back at towards the end of the year before we were on vacation. We had 72 people out of the subscribers we got that signed up for that joint right there, and end up getting free product. So shout out to everybody that took advantage of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might have thought we were gaffing off and shit like that, and people were actually getting free pre-rolled fucking blunts and shit. So free smokes. 24 of them bitches came in the pack, dog. Like, y'all seen how I was flipping mine. But shout out them folks and joint. And then shout out everybody that signed up for it. You know what I'm saying? Then for when we did the Guitar Center giveaway, we had 52 people signed up for that shit. Hurricane ended up happening to win that. That was 52 people signed up for the shit. Right. That's why I said I be telling y'all to go to these marketing affiliation links on some of these websites for some companies and shit. Never discount yourself. You know how many products are made on a daily? You know, when you walk in a store like Walmart or something, you know how many products on the goddamn aisle? And everything needs a sound to go with it. Or a jingle or something to go with it. Man, you walk inside there and you know everything in there costs money. Why ain't you in the mix of trying to be part of the factor of that money for that product? All it takes is conversation. There's always been conversation. Since we grew up and started walking and we started articulating sound into the structure of words. Right. Remember when kids are born and shit, they don't understand what we're saying. They hear sounds. Then we start teaching them how to shape them sounds into words so that they communicate with the rest of us. That's why we got different dialects, different languages. And what you got to do, You got to take time and practice to understand what they're saying and what it means. And then guess what? Now you out there spitting it just like them. It's all right. Some of us still suffer from the plague, of ignorance and stuff like that. It's all right. Some of us go in a span and try and restore that knowledge that we done lost so many generations ago and shit like that. Trying to make the world a little better by educating ourselves to figure out how to hit them key points on stuff. It's all cool. Because everybody else needs somebody to be a hero for. For real. You want to go off and fight war for me? I appreciate the shit out of you. I went off and fought for you. You want to return the favor? I'll wait. Know what I'm saying? Right. I even told us on the battlefield, they say, it takes a special mofo to run towards gunfire when everybody else is running away. I said, damn. We some special ass people. Uncle Sam done trained us up and sent us out here and shit, so go ahead with it. But stay within the Geneva Convention, though. Mm-hmm. Boy, you see how the Iraqi war went. Woo. That's why I say, all these other things where they keep talking all this war stuff, that's like, man, you don't think we ain't got boots already on the ground in these conflict areas and stuff like that? Come on. The last thing you want is Marines on the ground, bro. I'm just telling you, the way that we were trained and shit and the way maneuvers and stuff is, you do not want Marines on the ground. You do not want us on the ground. We are something different. What the reason why we got so many different names attached to us? Even during our training regimen, if you go back and you think of like our basic training, this shit, it was a transformational experience. From being supposed a regular civilian to being less than nothing. Right. They calling you less than nothing. You got to earn your place in this world at that point. A speck of dirt got more importance than the sand flea chewing on your arm, and the sand pea got more importance than you. You ain't got no purpose. They drilling that shit into you to make you feel hollow, so they can try and break you and build you back up. Then when you come back out and you got that massive ego and shit, and everybody looking at you, and you look back at them and shit, like everybody in the world got that grudge and they want to try to knock that chip off your shoulder. That's when you get that 1,000-yard stare. That'd be the first indicator that they should already back off of you and shit. And then when you got to put hands on them, oh man. That's when all that newfound strength that you done did all that training regimens and stuff for, that you didn't even know that you were even that strong. That shit kicks in. And that guy that looked like it was a hard task that you might have a challenge with, you just sweep him so easy. Oh my gosh, you sweep him so easy. And then when his next man comes up and you just throw him like it ain't nothing, like he was a pillow. Oh boy, you really start feeling yourself. Yes, indeed. Especially if they sneak and jump you. Especially when you come back home and some of the people try to like try you and jump, be like, oh yeah, that military stuff don't work. Oh man. I remember 6 guys tried to jump me. Miraculously, I came out with scrapes and somehow beat all 6 of them. Was surprised. My body just knew what to do in the moment. Oh man, they came too close. And them legs weren't as strong as they thought they were. You give that leg a nice, gentle touch in the right direction. Oh, yeah. That bad boy just pops right out of socket. And you just watch somebody real tall just drop down real quick, just holding their leg. Ah, ah. Then the next guy, you just come up and chin check both of them because they over top of you. They left their chins open, swinging down, thinking that punches to your back ain't doing nothing. That's what always caught me, yo. You ever watch people like jump somebody and they be punching kicks to the back of them, and it's like that's the strongest muscle in your body. It can take all that. All they have to do is bust back up and hit all of you unexpectedly. What you gonna do? You stumping somebody and they shoot straight back up. Wow, wow. That's two of y'all down. The other two now they gotta readjust their angles to try and throw a punch. It ain't that hard to grab a jab. Contact, man. Contact. That's the thing in a fight. It's contact. Make contact with that guy. What you gonna extend out for? Leave yourself open. Make contact and get right up on him. Old heads used to always tell me growing up, control the head, control the body. I said, that's a good practice right there. But how can somebody fight when they suffocate? All right. They already doing all that work. Right. How they gonna keep fighting when they can't breathe? All kinds of ways to L somebody up. Especially if they throw a punch. Throw a jab at that. Come straight up in. Give me that neck. Let's take you down to the ground real quick. But you can't take them to the ground if you're getting jumped. If it's multiple people, heck nah. That's when you hit them with a come along technique. Right. Use them as a human shield. Let your homies punch on you too. Right, let them throw them jabs and they connect and hit him in the jaw and stuff too. While you go ahead and just use him as a shield. Right. L him out. But hey, he got a nice body shield right here. See? Come along techniques. Them shits work real good too. Because you ain't going to put nobody in no armbar and put yourself on the ground with multiple combatants. See, that was the thing too right there. They didn't say, they didn't tell you like opponents and stuff like they use terminology, ops and stuff like that. Nah, it was combatants. That's what they use, combatants. Everything out there in theater was a combatant. If it didn't have your colors on, it was a combatant. That's why I said, see over there at war and shit, bro. That was the real gang wars. Think about it. We're considered as the invaders in somebody else's backyard, their country. Telling them what to do, acting as the popo across the world. When we could have been safe in our shit, but we over there trying to get y'all on some new modern day practices and shit. Because you can't keep stoning people in the middle of your village. You know what I'm saying? Because your brother done slept with your wife and shit, you know. The whole village lines up and they have you run the number. Right. You start from one end of the village and you walk to the other end of the village and everybody got stones and they stoning your ass. And you get forgiven for the act and shit if you make it to the end of the village. And I seen like 3 of them shits. They didn't make it fall. You talking about big ass rocks. And some of them kids had motherfucking some arms. And we're riding by on the convoy and shit watching this shit. Iraqi army right there. They trying to figure out how to be the police. We got to train their ass up at the time. Mm. Same time their countrymen see their ass as traitors. So every time you see Iraqi army convoy and shit, that motherfucker be usually on the side of the road, all kinds of fucked up. Right, they done ate mad IEDs and shit. You come over, you see body ligaments and shit like that, smoking fucking pickup white Honda trucks and shit like that. Fucking guns scattered and stuff like that. Yep. See that shit, the resume, and then you got the army over there trying to do incident report and shit like that. Got a perimeter set up. It's like, y'all, they don't come from me, man. Just mortared the shit out of them and shit. Mm. And then they'll write on the side of the fucking trucks and shit. They'll leave a flag and shit, and then leave on the side of that bitch, fucking and Arabic and shit, fucking traitors on the side of that shit. It's like, damn. I seen the one dude and shit. I had trained him up for 3 weeks and shit. I seen his ass like fucking 6 weeks later and shit on the side of the road and shit. Shot all the fuck up. Was like, damn, there's my hobby right there. My boy brought it to my attention. I said, damn, that is my hobby. Ass. Damn. He should have paid attention more in training. His ass wouldn't be lit the fuck up over here. That man got lit the fuck up. It looked like he stood up in the middle of the goddamn gunfight and shit. I'm like, damn. Sneaky, what up with you? Yeah, what up with you? You sound like you're on a fishbowl right now. Huh? It just has like you super oxalated. It sound clean as shit. It sound like you super activated, like you on some Will I Am studio set quality sound right now on the mic. Just hit it for me one time. Hit it for me one time. Scream and shout and let it on now. Oh, come on, let me get it one time. You got the sound right now on your mic, man. Hey, you gotta be like and scream and shout and let it on out. Come on, you gotta give it to me one time. It go like this. It's like scream and shout and let it on out. And then be like, oh, yeah. I'm telling you, with the way your mic sounding right now, shit. Hey, I need that set up on my shit. That sound like Will I Am type shit right there. Right. Put that on one of them psycho trance beats and shit. You might. Hey, I showed you them 2 beats. I'm about to do that one beat that you sent. I'm doing that this week, and I'm gonna see what the score looks like on that. So it should play tomorrow night on the LNSL channel. That diss track beat. Yeah, I came up with something to flip the whole narrative of that shit. Yeah, I came off with something on it. Yeah. I came out with something called Mouth Shut with it. Right. I said if they ain't came, I told them if they ain't came to party, keep their mother mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Right, little turn up joint right there. If they ain't came to party, keep their mother mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Keep their mouth shut. Mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Right, I'm going for the commercial angle right here. Right, I'm trying to catch a company. Trying to catch a company. That's why I did the one little track and jump when you sprinkle a little up on it. You know what I'm saying? Because you could put anything that you're sprinkling up on anything at that point. Right. That's what I was saying. Yo, just that track right there, I could just take just the hook and spin that at something. Yeah, right. What company don't want to sprinkle something up on it? You can put your product right up in there. That's why I left like the blink. Oh, you went to a studio today? Word. Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh man, they got a I need the voice, man. I need the actual voice, man. AI, yeah, because you know how AI voice sounds right now. It automatically normalizes that shit, so you got to go back and fix it. Now, if you got something that can rewrite that algorithm to unfuck it after it normalizes that shit from generation, well, even then, your stem's gonna come out already normalized for the vocal. I Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, it's mad work, bro. It's mad work. Like play around with it because you'll probably come up with a different way or a faster streamlined way to do it. But I've been using like the top models, and them shits is way too much work to fucking try and flip it back. Yeah, to flip it to make it sound. Yeah, to flip that shit back and make it sound humanized and shit. Man, you talking about trying to layer that bitch out. Cause I don't know nobody that's straight off rip soprano in it, bro. With no breaths and shit like that. The whole plus most of it when you do the bar count and shit, that shit be an odd ass bar and they try to curve that shit, but it gets in a weird way. It's like what? And look, I made something for that game, the Wonder King earlier today. I made a dumper for that shit. And well, actually a dumper for a lot of games now. I'm dumping the game into a state of raw binary into a bin file so it has faster dump. And then I build a filter algorithm to filter that over the ASCII and then give me a memory location of where the text is. So I've been able to find some shit inside there for like the auto hunt button, some of the script dialogue, naming and stuff like that. Whole bunch of weird ass shit inside that dump. And then I made a memory hook. I had converted my Python memory hook over to C++. Started working on that. Made it real sneaky too. Real fucking sneaky. I was asking the co-pilot shit every time I kept making additions to my shit. I said, "Yo, we're playing a cat and mouse game. I'm the mouse. You have to be the cat and try to take my shit in 10 turns or less." First time it caught me in full. So I went back, changed a whole big ass strip of shit. Next time they caught me in three, I said, "What the fuck?" I had left something, all my imports or something. It detected that shit. Then I got up to six, and I'm like, "Ooh." So right now I'm stuck at like 6.5. Hey, the Copilot kind of good because it knows like some kernel shit. So I'm incorporating like more and more like stuff inside, but I'm rewriting most of the DLL logics inside my shits too, inside the different headers for helper functions and shit. So I say, yeah. By the end of the year, I should have something dope to where I won't even need a kernel. I'm gonna convert all this shit to a bioflash. That's why I said they never been in the same league. Hey, and why she tried to still hit me up the other day? Called me at 7:28 in the morning. Right. But guess who? But called from his profile, and it was her to answer. That's crazy, ain't it? Some lyrics on some what? All right. So futuristic that even your time can't measure my success. We'll throw that in there. And then I heard you hard but more weak. You the type that masturbate with ass cheeks. Right, right. That's something that'll happen like what? Right, right. Cause it hits them on so many levels this shit though. Tell them their career floundering like pissy wet bed sheets. Pissy wet bed sheets. All right. You know, like when they growing up and they used to piss the bed. Yeah. Yeah. Pissy wet bed sheets and brackets. Right. I got this shit gonna come up with something fucking crazy as a fucking hook. With that model she got. She gonna be like, what? Oh. What's one where that chick would say she don't want a fem what she don't want no fem hands that caress me or some shit. Right, she wants the man touch. She don't want no dude whose fucking hands ain't got no kind of scars or roughness to it and shit. He's all pedicured to fuck up every day and shit. The fuck. I had this one chick, she seen me getting my nails done one day and shit. And she said, looked at my hands and shit. She like, dang, you done been through some shit, huh? I'm looking like, oh. Right. That was her conversation interest, I guess. Fuck it. I was just trying to get my shit done. Right. Hey, look, I was paying for the Medi Petty for my sister and my niece anyway for the holidays. So it was like, fuck it, why not? It's a expensive time with her, create some memories and shit. I didn't let her do my feet though, bro. Oh no, I wasn't letting her do my feet. Nah, it would have got too man. It would have got too raw in there, bro. You got a woman sitting there rubbing your feet and jump, man. Shit, I'm gonna need to get a little more relaxed than that. Right? How much to get you to pop a toe in? How much to get you to pop a toe in? You got a booth in the back and shit, right? Right. Mm. You got a stirring jumping off and shit, right? Do you do home visits and shit? Like you got a stirring jump off, right? I need a whole massage now, shorty. Right. Bro, they don't do the feet at the fucking massage thing that I go to, bro. I hit them up at least every 2 weeks, man. I sit in there, you get Get that Asian woman. She sits right up in there. You know, she's about like a good 67 years old, man, but she knows how to get up in you and pow, 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 pow. Ooh, ooh, boy, what? I didn't even know I was tense on that side. Ooh, you did something right there. Ooh. And then the young chick comes right up in there and she puts that stuff up on you and she rubbing on your body. And you know, I usually get the little acupuncture shit, so they hit you with the little needles and shit. I'm so accustomed, I don't even flinch when they do it no more. And she come right up in there and she comes in and she's like, "Oh, you come back?" I'm like, "Yeah, I come back. Yeah. hmm What's that fragrance? That smells good." You know, you can't move, bro. Cause the needles go in. You just laying there like, oh, I'm about to catch me a good 90 minutes sleep. And they lay the needle right there and you listen to the little oriental music and shit, dog. And I'm feeling like I'm back in the Chinese days and shit, dog. Like in the palace and shit. Like I'm motherfucking emperor or some shit. And, you know, hoping somebody don't come and assassinate my ass while I'm sitting right there. Yeah, I used to have one of my homeboys right next to me and shit in the booth over there. He's getting done too and shit. And we had somebody just sitting out in the lobby and shit. Yo, I used to always think that shit. And we would go in there and smoked out and shit, get that shit done. I'm like, yo, what if somebody tried to came and assassinate us and shit, bro? Cause you know, hey, when you dream off and shit, bro, they got that feng shui jumping off in there, and you just, bro, I'm like in a live action movie and shit, just can't move at the moment. Like, yes, brother, to the tavern we go for some sake. Yes, I could use some sake. Let's go. Barhand man, fetch sake for us. We'll take the whole jug. The best you got. Huh. They thought Mr. Meatball Shiraki was a challenge, but yet we slayed him. You know, my blade still quenches from the bath of the evening, you know. He always pulls out that silver sword that they have and shit, but he got the other brother right there. Was like, yes, his brother would never taste blood ever again. I swore. If I had to release him, it only in the case of slaying the slayer of my family. Right. What, you sent me some heat? You sent me some heat? Let me see what that joint bumping with. See what that joint bumping is. Let the nation get a little listen. And where put that shit up? There you go. Pussy wet bed sheets. Oh shit. Woo! Damn! Pow! Woo! Damn! Okay, you know what? I'll use that as a hook. Right. I would use that as a hook. I use that as a hook. We gotta come up with something else. We gotta come up with we gotta come up with a little bit more to have it like that as sort of like a whole full verse. That's dope as shit right there. That's dope as fuck right there. We could even take that right there and even chop it in, and I can just put some shit in between, and then we could chop that in and just make that a whole fucking thing. I'm telling you. Well, Yeah, stump down deli meats. Yeah. Right. Fucking wild. I'm gonna let them get a listen to this. Let them get a listen on this. Hey, yo. From the crazy minds of Sneaky, yo.
TBA radio, turn the motherfucking speakers to the max.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Worldwide premiere.
Oh, man. Check this out. I'm telling you, the future's here. My man Sneak is crazy. If y'all missed it, go back and catch some of the crazy shit that we said earlier. And this is it right here.
So futuristic that even time can measure my success. I heard you hard, but my weak. Tight type that masturbate with ass cheek.
Damn!
Come in your ass, I pull out my Glock, getting ready to blast. You
Bah!
shit, I take it on the chin. You motherfuckers ain't nothing, only good for the bin.
Woo!
Your career floundering like PC wet bitch.
Yeah!
PC wet bitch. Your pussy looking like soft on deli meat.
Damn! Whoo! Sneaking that shit crazy, bro. I told you, hey, look, the joint I submitted last week, right, for the little league I'm in, the late night song league joint. They gave it a 27.2. They said my one-liners were all over the place. If I would have sequenced it right, I would have had the 30 for 30. Same with my first track. They gave me a 28.7. And they said I got a 10 for lyrics. I got a 9.6 for overall. And I got I think a 8.1 for like sound quality. Cause they ain't never heard like a beat like that.
Yeah.
I said, damn, original beats always rank so low and shit. Sometimes. That's the crazy shit. If I would have did like a sample beat or something, I would have probably sat there. Like if I would have did like the guy I went back and just sampled some shit that was already hot and remixed the fucking beat or something that was already hot, and they gave him a 30 for 30 for it. I'm like, damn. So remix and shit beats originality and shit. But then I went on different podcasts and done seen that same shit play out multiple times. I'm like, damn. Hey, but it's all cool because once that shit jumps off and they hear it complete and shit, you know, trending and shit, you know, then it's like, oh yeah, remember? I like the thing too, you know, when somebody send me some shit and they know it's some shit, and then I tell them it's all right, and then they go back and they send it back, and that motherfucker ain't some shit no more, and it's a bop the way it's supposed to be. That's what I like. That's what I like. I got a couple of artists that come back all the time, bro. They'll send me like 14, 15 tracks, and I'm like, and they might got 5. They might got 5 that you know got that replay. Just might need to fix some shit on it. The other ones, just like they trying some shit. Don't even put it in there when they send it and shit. And that's what gets me. Is they'll send it to me. And knowing that we got maybe a queue or something, but they'll send it to me. And when they send it, they'll already tell me about the shit before I even got to hear the shit. Before I even get to like cast my opinion and hear it. They'll already tell me about it. Saying, oh yeah, this is blah, 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 blah. Bro, send me that heat. If it ain't in a fashion where that shit's done, don't send it out yet. Tell them it's like giving everybody a blank sheet of paper every time you come in a conversation with somebody. Don't give it to me all smeared up and shit already. I just gave it to you. How you fuck it up already? You ain't even got a pencil and shit. That's what's clean when you walked up to it. How they got drops and shit all on that bitch and shit. Crumbles and everything. Like, damn. Man came in, shaked his hair all over the goddamn paper and shit. Showing me dandruff and all that shit before saying hello and then try to shake your hand and shit. All doing all kinds of shit on it. Like what? what the fuck is this? The fuck is this? Whose man's is this? Whose man's is this? Hey yo, hey, where's Ashton at, man? Where's Ashton at, man? They still running Punk. I know they've been rebooting a lot of shows because some of these guys need that bread, but yo, where he at, man? That's the only show I know they probably coming with. They outside this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go out there and check, make sure we ain't getting punked. All right.
Yeah.
They probably confused the night on the show. They like, yo, is he in war mode right now? Because, you know, we had used this banner before for war mode. And they were like, oh, man, are we back at war again? No, we ain't at war again. There ain't nobody to war. There ain't nobody to war with. I told y'all. There ain't nobody to war with, man. We the baddest out here in the game, man. Y'all thought we meant that for like horrible quality and stuff like that. Nah. We've been stamping that out here because that's what it's been. That's what it's been. Who's been thumping out here for a year strong like we have? Psh. And it's crazy because at this time right now, we actually losing subscribers on the channel. It's all cool because most of them, I believe, were bots anyway. For real, I think they were bots, bro. They said they just put out a study, dog. Mainstream that put out a study, different outlets and sources and shit, saying that YouTube is 80% botted up.
Really?
And yeah, bro, I just did a showcase on it. On this one guy pushing false narratives from the Minnesota incident. He had 8 streams going at one time, bro, on his channel.
8 streams.
8 streams on his channel, bro, on old news.
Jeez.
Old news that was going back over like 10 years of different issues and shit that happened to go down around there over like 10-year time span, and was playing that shit on a loop with narratives, clickbait narratives to get you to click on that shit. It had thousands watching this shit, and then you're looking at the chat logs, and I had the chat logs up where you can see the chat talking about, yo, this happened way back in like 2014. This happened in 2004. This happened back in 1980 something. And you could tell by the news titles and shit, and the quality of the news presentation was like, yeah, it's clickbait like a motherfucker. And it was one channel, bro. The channel had like 6 point something million subscribers. And they were pushing 8 streams of that rhetoric.
Wow.
So I had to show my stream how to capitalize all that shit. I said, watch, we could use one of their titles and shit and get the same massive audience that came through. And as soon as I changed the title up, what happened? Bam, I ended up getting a whole different audience that started coming through, subscribing. And all kinds of stuff. Because we were showing the same thing. We were recasting their shit. And they were watching it. So in all the real time, it was like, oh, snap. And I'm sitting there. I said, yeah. Well, since they want to be fake, just be fake for a moment, too. Hey, let me tap into my boy, John. You know, John is down there at Curbside, downtown. Let's tap into John. Hey, John, what's going on with you? Seems like we got mic issue, but just tap in. Oh, we got live footage. And then I tapped it over like I was newscasting the shit. You know what I'm saying? And was bringing it to the people, and my stream shot up to like 20, 30, 100, 200. I said, look at it. The fucking clickbait factor, bro. The clickbait factor. And I'm all here telling the people, I was like, yo, you know when this originally happened and shit, informing them. And then you seen the view count start going down, but people were like, oh, thanks for bringing that up. I had seen this on the other channel. Yeah, bro. Look down at the bottom of the page and shit. Get informed. You thinking this is actually real-time shit going on? You think somebody actually rode by and shot up motherfucking ICE agents in a drive-by and shit? And we ain't hearing about it on the major fucking news and shit. What? But it's here on YouTube? You're saying it here on the YouTube, only the YouTube? Come on. Come on. Why's the fuck up already? They said back during the germ season, people were waking up. So it must have been something that woke them up with germs. Apparently not, because their ass went back to sleep. They sat there, watched your grandpa hop on the mic, hit a hot 16 and shit, and took a nap while he was on the mic on the third bar and shit. I said, oh, man. I used to listen to that man when he was the head figure. That man put us all to sleep. Hey, yo, you ever watch somebody walk on the side of the beach and shit, and you thought it was Baywatch and shit? I thought it was a screensaver. They said he's walking, the commander-in-chief is walking across the Rehoboth Beach, right down here in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. I said, I know he's down here. I'm down here too. It took fucking an hour and a half traffic to fucking go 37 miles. Bumper to bumper and shit. Because he's down here at a certain part of the beach that's segmented off. That's supposed to be public beach area and shit. Ain't that crazy? He ain't at the private beach section of shit where we already know he has the house down there. I'm saying he ain't down on his shit. He's on the public side of shit. And you know, Secret Service got to set up a detail and shit. So now that's the area of the beach that's off limits. So now everybody else got to go way further down where the buildings and rocks and shit is. You ain't trying to go down there when there's some nice waves and shit coming in. You're going to fucking get smacked by the goddamn rocks. Common sense. Or now you got to go on the other side of the buildings and shit where there ain't no lifeguards. And it's an open game on your ass. Right. Fuck around and get swept by that fucking undercurrent if you want. Because that's all you facing over there. Better know how the water system works. I did a lifeguard for 2 summers and shit. I had to run out and save some people that were bigger than me. Now how hard it is to try and save a real big, fat, obese, hamburger eating motherfucker that done let his body go and shit, looking like 400 something pounds and shit. And he's getting snatched the fuck up and spazzing the fuck out of this shit. Then they try to fight you and shit while you trying to save their ass. It's like, motherfucker, I would drown you. You better calm the fuck down. And relax. Relax your fucking body. You're already as big as a goddamn manatee in this shit. Done fucking got me all winded coming the fuck out here trying to get you. I'm about to push your ass back in like a raft. Relax your body. Right. Just relax and breathe. Right. I'm about to make you float and use you as a flotation device to get back in towards the shore. Then got me out here sort of winded and shit. Like, what the fuck? I remember this one woman, that woman kept pushing me under and shit. Fucking grabbed my goddamn hair and shit, boy. Ooh, and I just started letting my hair grow at the time. Was like, yo, bro, she was all on me. Then she got on my back and shit. I went ahead and just flipped her ass at that point. Hit her in a quick gator roll. Then let her come back up. Right. Put you on a semi-headlock and shit. Right. There you go. Now I got control of this shit. Now I'm taking you back in. Because everybody starts hitting that death thing, boy. You start hitting that death factor, boy, when you get out, swept up, and you start spazzing the fuck out instead of relaxing, letting your body do what it's supposed to do. You hold your breath, shit, even wearing a t-shirt. Even a t-shirt used in the proper manner can become a flotation device. That's why I always like having something that's a button up or something. Right. with a good pair of shorts or leggings or something, or sweatpants. Right, I'm about to become a blip. That gives me at least 4 hours of float time right there. I can't get found in 4 hours. Oh man, that gave me enough time to get at least my wind back and swim back in. Right, that's what I'm counting on. Then if I gotta flip back over and get my wind back, then shit, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm swimming back in. But most people don't know stuff like that. That's the crazy shit. And Marines, like shit, they made us. We had levels for swim qual. I did mine's level 5. Highest you can get. That's where you do live action drill where somebody got full combat load on it. You got full combat load. And you got to jump in and save their ass. And ours was an assimilated wave pool that I think he was cranked that shit to the max. Boy, that shit. When I got out of that joint, I felt like I damn near drowned. You talking about them waves instantly became something vicious inside that motherfucking pool, boy. That shit was already fucking 14 foot deep. You got about 100 and something extra pounds on you, plus you gotta occupy this person, their body weight, plus that extra 100 and something pounds that they carrying too. Plus you don't want to lose your weapon. And you don't want them to lose their weapon. Once you get them out of there, bam. You know, we did simulated live fire after that point. So right when you save him out, you straight into the mix. Yeah, man, they had this state of an art facility where we did this shit inside. It was testing this shit out, man.
Have a listen to that version.
Yeah, I was part of that group and shit, bro. Going my combat constructor days. That shit was dope. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thought they were teaching us with high technology and shit, and then we go out in the field and exercise it. They already knew I had that incline for technology. So that's why I got picked. My first sergeant, he already looked at me and said, yo, you look like a smart computer guy. That's why he picked me up. I picked up that course quick. Then they asked us for our input and shit. After we did like some drills on it for like 3 weeks. I was like, yo, I feel like this part right here, the ambush shit was anticipated. Right, I was anticipating the guy to be there. How can we make it more deadlier? Right, how can we make this situation more deadlier? Because their original model was weak as shit.
Have a listen to the version I just sent you.
Oh, you sent me something else? Okay, let me get that one.
Yeah. I just stem split it and put a little bit of processing on.
Oh, you stem split and put processing on? Okay. Let's check out version 2 of Pissy Wet Bed Sheets. All right.
So futuristic that even
Let's see. Let me get set up. Oh, there we go.
so futuristic that even time can measure my success.
Oh, hold on. Let me crank that up to the max.
I heard you hard, but so futuristic that even time can measure my success. I heard you hard, but my weak. Tight, that masturbate with ass cheek. And come in your ass, I pull out my Glock, get it ready to blast. You spitting shit, I take it on the chin. You motherfuckers ain't nothing, only good for the bin. Your career floundering like pissy wet bed sheets. Pissy wet bed sheets. Your pussy looking like soft on deli meat. Soft on deli meat.
Yeah. We gotta figure out another deep cut shock factor type right there. You sounding old timey like. Hold on. Sounding old timey like backwood. Uh, Hold on. You're sounding weak like old timey backwood broke back practitioners. Somewhere, hold on. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it to where it's gonna come off wicked with that shit. I got like bad. I don't even know where my folder is, bro. I got an old folder of like one line shits that done shot motherfuckers over the years and shit.
Yeah.
That just had
If you
like
want to
what?
fucking,
What?
if you want to send me a whole bunch of stuff, I can turn it into
Yeah,
something.
bro. I got
funny as hell.
I'm telling you, like almost every stream I done probably said something that John has somebody like, what the fuck? Like a what the fuck moment. Like I just need to go through and clip all of them. I just hit them with so many shows. I hit them with so many shows yesterday that each thing was like a segment of like all the stuff from like me just out on walks or whatever out in thing and just chopped them all up into individual shows because each one was just like something. I had my boy in here rolling this shit. He said, yo, you did a whole motherfucking song, this shit right there while making the beat and shit after you just came back from 5 Mile Walk and shit. I said, yeah. He said, man, that's fucking crazy as shit. You got a crazy fucking work schedule and shit. I said, nigga, that's just a warm up at the wake up. Right. Wake up, shit, shower, shave, roll a L. I'm out the door. Dress going for a 5 mile walk, grab my work bag and shit, come back on the live and shit. And I'm just starting my day off. So it was like, bam, I'm up like about 2 hours at that point. They're like, yo, who the fuck is doing shit like that? It's fucking snowing and raining and shit. This motherfucker waking up, going out, walking and shit like that. Hey, but no, you gotta know what's going on in your neighborhood too, man. I gotta know what's up in my hood, man. I gotta know what's going on over here, bro. I got all these old folks. I got so many kids that's around this motherfucker going to school and shit like that. I told you we had pedophiles that be showing up by the main road, so I gotta check these guys first thing in the morning and shit, bro. I gotta check their ass. Last like 4 years, since I've been on this type of shit, they ain't been coming around no more. I might catch one every now and then, but they see me and they scurry the fuck off. They don't want it, bro. Right. They be around here bad, bro. They used to be around here bad. I caught the one dude and shit, man. Motherfucker trying to snatch a kid inside of a fucking all white van and shit at like 7:30 in the morning and shit. The woman's talking about someone help me. I watched the dude. He lives right on the corner and shit. He looks, goes inside the house, grabs his newspaper like it's none of his fucking business and shit. Now I already knew he was going to have a reaction like that because the woman, she was Mexican. And the dude, he already's undercover fucking racist. When he first moved in, he was setting up his little shed in his yard and shit, right? So he had like the doors open for his shit. First thing you see is a fucking Confederate flag right there and shit. Talking about hell to past and shit underneath of it and shit. So every time when I walk past this house, I always says some shit to this motherfucker. Cause I'm always trying to get him to I always was trying to get him to jump off on some shit. Like, I don't know what it is. But yo, he got some Confederate shit. So I walked by and I said, damn, how you rocking the defeater and shit next to my motherfucking gang flag and shit? He said, oh, found the heirloom. I said, yeah, okay. You want to remember the feed and shit? Okay. I know what type of time your ass is on. Went around the whole neighborhood. I said, yo, we got a racist in the neighborhood. That's a good change, I guess. And wife stopped me one day and was like, don't be saying that about us and shit. I said, bitch, it's true. The fuck you up here staying in Maryland and shit. One of the original 13 county states and shit, bitch. Where freedom was being fought for and shit. And your ass come up here with some defeated ass South fucking rhetoric ass shit. Take your ass back down south if you want to rock that motherfucking flag. That shit ain't welcome in this goddamn neighborhood. Straight like that. You see everybody else around here rocking America and shit. And you want to rock some old ass America. Remember the past type shit. Right. Walk right past this shit. He don't look, he got a nice ass little yard. His kids can't even come outside and play in the yard. Can all the other kids know? Your parents racist. And you know how many little black kids around here and shit, they go around? They ride right past the house and was like, that's where the racist people are. Right. I get a great goddamn fucking smile off that shit. Right. Great goddamn smile. Hey, look, he done took the flag down then, not since, and hit that shit. He done hit the flag since. Now when he got his shed open and shit, you know, he got a picture on the wall. He ain't got the big ass flag spread out no more. Right. Oh, Johnny boy. And what's crazy as shit is like, yo, his parents came into town one day and shit and was trying to wonder why they like the shame of the neighborhood. Their parents pulled up and shit at the wrong house and shit. And they trying to talk to the Mexican woman and she just gave him a smirk. Cool with everybody else, but gave him a smirk and shit looking. And they're like, oh, we're looking for whatchamacallit. She said, oh, you're their parents? Huh. And said some kind of sly remark. And the woman, I guess she felt away about it and shit. And she let him know what was jumping off. And the parents act like they had no kind of shit where he got that shit the fuck from. Right. They seem like they were from up here. They don't know where the fuck he got that shit from. It's like, okay, so this ain't the apple fall from the tree type shit. He picked that shit up out here being in the world, trying to be of the world. Right, trying to be of something. And like, here's the crazy part, right? Because the guy, he runs a fucking business. He runs a business to where his business was so bad when that shit got out of here, because almost most of the people that do like building houses, doing roof, plumbing work, taxes, software, they all saying this goddamn like neck back here. Like they all stay back here in this neck right here. We made so much that we can't stay in the city. When the city got like federal help and shit, we got pushed out the city. You know what I'm saying? Got pushed to the outskirts of it. Cause they want that government assistance and shit. So they push them all inside the city. I guess it helps the police. Cause I don't need their assistance. Put them where they need to be at to do what they need to do to get that bread that I got to kick out for taxes anyway. Straight like that. Nah, that game goes, man. What y'all got over there in over there where you at, Snicket? Like same type of setup?
It's what I had before.
Now I'm talking about like setup, like y'all police and shit. Like when they jumping off over there, like you in a bad part.
No, I'm in a really quiet place. I haven't even heard a siren for weeks.
Damn. I sort of like my shit. I got the main highway down the way, so I hear it all the time. I don't mainly hear it. My mic picks it up. That's how good the mic is. I can hear that shit way down there, bro. From so fucking far, I can hear that. Yeah. Fuck was that? That was a tree or something that just fell. That loud clank in the back. Yeah, that was something that just fucking fell off the tree. One of them trees, probably a big ass branch. I done heard like 3 trees fall over the last couple of days. One had like, hey, yo, one took like 30 something minutes to fall, bro. Big ass motherfucker too. Big ass oak. When it fell, it smacked two other trees and shit and caused them motherfuckers to fall. I didn't even think it was that cold outside. All I know is I need them to fall way at the skirts of the property and shit. You know, don't fall in the backyard. Especially don't fall and hit the woman's house next door. Please don't do that shit. Now, if it falls over there on their side of the property that they still own, then they're covered. Now, if their tree falls from on their side of their property on my house and shit on my side of their property, then that's good too. Just make sure I miss that shit and it gives me enough wiggle room so I can go back in there, you know, because I'm going to go ahead and get hoodied up and shit and go ahead and just place the call. But, you know, I'm going to get nice and firm underneath the thing so they come in and do some property destruction and shit. They come in and try to save me and shit, you know. That way, when I get paid from the insurance, I can get that max. Hey, bro, you got to do it up. I can't be in a whole different room when the fucking shit falls, you know. Where I'm over here and the thing goes and I'm nice and safe over here. I got to put myself over in the hazard. I know they're going to come in here busting windows and shit to come get me. For real, yo, like that shit crazy, bro. Like shit. I heard the crazy part when I had the car accident. You know, the only thing I was concerned with the whole car accident was my gun. Not all my personal information and shit and my identity getting stolen and shit. But I was more concerned with my gun. That I went all the way up to DC, dog, just to go check my car and shit to try and find that bitch. And then it was gone.
Oh no.
It was gone. Good thing for me, I forgot I had the main piece inside my wallet. So it was like, whoo, thank you. Thank you. I did not want that thing getting out there. Remember the Liberty? Remember when the Liberty first came out?
Yeah.
That was the 40 that they had for the Ghost. That first 40 they had, then they had the one, I think it was the AR one. So I had something sort of as a mid-grade type shit. But it was more like a Uzi. I had to get that shit, bro. I had to get that shit. And at that time, dog, they were pushing the thing to make them bitches illegal too. Ooh, man. I couldn't have that go out. Oh, no. Then they would have linked that bitch back to me and shit. Shoo, hell no. I would never be out free again. I'm telling you, bro. It'd be some circumstances that sometimes work out in your favor that you'd be like, boy, woo. Sheesh. I would have never been out. Good thing we got shit like statute of limitation and shit, boy. You just gotta wait till shit pass so you can talk about it. Not knowing you be having some weights on you and shit, man. Whoo. I'm telling you, that shit right there, bro. Especially when they made that motherfucker illegal months beforehand, too, and shit. I was like, oh, man. Damn. I had that shit to where you could change out like 3 different pieces, dog, and you can go 556. You could change off the whole house and you go 762. You change up the other shit, you go 223. You change up the whole other piece, and then I had a whole pistol that shoot 9s, or bust a 40, bust a 22. Man, shit. Then I had a little prototype type shit, like, hey, bro. Hey, the 19 was a good ass year, bro. Fucking, I'm telling you, $300. Hey, look, that's all you need was $300, bro. $300 for one of them 3D printers. I set that shit up in the shed and shit. And then just bought, right, spend like $60 for a container of material and shit, though. I made so much shit. I had made Barbie, bro. I had made my own Barbie dream house and shit for my niece. Cause I couldn't find it on the market, bro. I made my own Barbie dream type house and shit, bro. Condo. That bitch folds up into 4 pieces. That shit took me maybe like $300 to make. You talking about making small ass pieces and then clipping them bitches in like Lego blocks almost. But when you put it together, I was showing it off while we were down there and shit. Said, yo, check this shit out. Y'all won't even believe I made this motherfucker. Right. This looks better than the goddamn Barbie dream house. Little couches and all kinds of shit, bro. Tell you, it ain't that hard. Some of the programs I already knew what they were since like high school and shit, like CAD programs, computer aided drafting. What? Man, we learned how to manipulate that. Had to make a bridge. I remember that test and shit. You had to make a bridge in a car. And you can make the bridge any kind of way you want it. It just had to be structurally integral. And then your car had to transport the amount of weight across that shit. So your bridge had to survive. Bro, my bridge was fucking janky as a motherfucker. But that shit fucking held that goddamn weight and passed. Passed. Janky as fuck. I went with a top bottom type approach and shit for like the layer of the shit. So when it got down to the bottom, if it started to tilt, I still had the structural integrity for it to support that weight on a downshift to where it could still have momentum to go across. It only used the popsicle sticks. So much popsicle sticks, though. Chip that shit the fuck up. You can already use the computer to draft the shit. You feel me? Then you gotta build a model. I seen people build big ass shits and shit. And then them motherfuckers get the weight on it, and then the fucking car just falls through that shit. Cause they trying to be all fancy. Good old skills like that, man. You don't forget stuff like that, especially hardware stuff, early hardware stuff. Know what I'm saying? I still got uncles that be building houses and shit like that. They always got hardware. They go out to the Midwest, building big ass houses, shit, all the time, for months at a time. Then come back here in North and shit. Sit back, be like, damn, what y'all doing? They smoking, getting high and shit all day and shit for a couple of months, and then bam, right back out on the road and shit for a couple of months. How should abandon the whole time and shit, but the bills and all that shit getting paid. Right. Hey, shit. That's where I learned it from, bro. I used to chill with my grandpa all the time and shit. And seeing them chill in the Mickey D's and shit was like, how are they able to just sit there and chill and shit? Have a cup of coffee, an egg McMuffin or some shit, and just chill. Then my grandpa go antique shopping and shit all day. Yard selling and shit. Coming up, I want some shit. I remember one time we went, dog, I got suspended from school, yo. He bought me a Dreamcast, bro. They were hot at the time. I guess the dude and his wife had a falling out or some shit. and her kid was being bad or whatever and shit. My grandpa bought me the Dreamcast, the controllers, all the games and shit, and the woman gave it to him for like $10. I cleaned this shop and shit for all that for $10. I didn't get to play it for about 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I was still suspended and shit. So grounded, you know. But when I did, shit, I learned the value of $10. Right. Put in a good day of work. And I got to see how my grandpa operate and shit. Right. You got to see how it was out in the real world and shit when you got some money and you got some time. You can do whatever you want. That's what I picked up from it. So he's doing something. Doing something. Let me figure out how to get like he doing. And by the time I got to 24, I was already, well, by the time I hit 24, I was already retired. Sir, well, what's the next chapter of life? Let me get inside the music business. But damn, how do you really get inside the music business? There's so many different hats. I guess you just got to jump out into the highway and see what car hits you first. Lucky for me, you know, I had my boy working the mailroom and he got me the little deal with Tide and shit. I said that was perfect. Because at that time, I was like homeless. Was trying to figure out what my next move was. Got out of the military, broke ass body and shit. Trying to figure out what the fuck to do next. I was like, damn. Need time to heal, but bills gotta get paid. And I can't be no free ride. I can't be a freeloader. That shit was not gonna play. What's good with your chat? I see y'all, man. I see y'all. Y'all just ain't chatting back. So if it seems like I ain't chatting with you, it's because you ain't writing nothing for me to chat back or to acknowledge that you even here. You know what I'm saying? The nation, they know when they drop in, they hit us with or hit us inside the chat. They make their presence known. Right, they inside their chairs.
Oh shit. Hey. I gotta get going. I gotta call my bank.
Oh yeah, call your bank up, man. Get your finances right, man.
Yeah. I gotta get this shit sorted.
Right. Tell them give you all them transactions back. Because you don't know nothing about the last 28 days. You woke up this morning knowing today, and you calling about the last 28 days, you need all that back. You don't know none of them transactions, right? Get that whole month back.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
You didn't know that? The rich people do it every year. They call it tax season. Right, they call it tax season. All these people, they get these tax refund things back and then they blow it. So fucking quick. As soon as they get it, bro, it's already gone. It's spent. They even got gimmicks over here where you can get it 5 days early. Some companies can give it to you 2 weeks early. And that's just on the estimate that you're getting this amount. Not thinking that you might got interceptions to where you might not get shit, but they done gave you the money. Now you really on to them. Oh, they on to your ass now. Right, you better off on the government, not these companies that's following your paperwork. Because every time when you do your taxes, you're going to have to come back to their ass. They're going to put a lock code on your shit. So you're going to have to come back to them to get that lock code before you go to any other company. I said, look how dirty business tactics are. Right, not knowing that you can file your shit for free anyway. But you trying to go to somebody to get that hookup, get it faster. I say, yo, a form with boxes on it that said put this number here, and then put this number that you put in that box here underneath of it. And then if you don't have none of this shit here, just put a 0. You know, looking at your form, you ain't did no donations and shit. You ain't gave charity shit. You ain't gave the church a goddamn dollar because you ain't played into that. So why you writing all them falsified fucking numbers on that paper and then submitting it to them? Right, that's the wild shit. They be lying to the government and shit. And then be sitting there talking about, oh, the government's is fucked up and shit when your ass lie to them on your taxes every goddamn year. I'm saying, talk to them. That's what they need to do. Clubs the next couple months because the season starts coming in. So, you know, the clubs start jumping right now. So I'll be in the club, right? And I'm going to have footage of so many people and shit in there turning the fuck up off of tax money. Off of tax money, but you won't see them until summertime when they get them motherfucking bonuses and shit on the goddamn checks and shit when they stepping out turning up again. Like they superstar status and shit. But like, what the hell? Right. What the hell? Where you been at all year and shit? You popping out on your big shit. Where you been doing that shit at all year? Where at? We see a lot of them in my town locally. It's crazy as shit. When I step out, I got so many chicks that's looking to try and hit my pocket up. I done built a reputation over the years of Mr. Will Spend It. Right. I walk inside the bar and shit. I done seen bitches that I done bought all kinds of shots and drinks for and shit. So it's already like they already know I'm gonna buy them a shot. They already right. It ain't nothing new. Nothing new. And you look at the demographics and it's like, look at grandma right there. Grandma was about to hit her 40 soon. Look at her daughter over there. She's like somewhere in the 30 range, 21s, like 20s and shit. Look at her daughter right there. She's just barely over 21 to get up in this bitch to drink from the bar. And they all stacked up right there at the motherfucking bar, bro. It's like, damn, what generation do I want to hit tonight? I got this, right. I got current, past, right. Current, then one up, and then my generation. Like, what the fuck? And then you got the older women in there, too. Right. You got the cougars in there. They the ones that's chasing guys like me. She's trying to get at me when I'm trying to scope out them 3. But then I look over there and I see it's the whole family tree. It's like, what the hell? This shit became odd as fuck. They all here in the club. Right, they all here in the club. And then you say, shit, next generation being here in a couple years too. And then look, you look on the news and shit, and there's somebody inside that family done went and shot somebody ass and shit. And they were like, oh man, somebody saying it's a tragedy, and then you got somebody off in the side like, no, it's not. Y'all knew you were gonna shoot that boy. Right. Then you got me looking at it, reacting and shit like, we all knew damn well that shit was gonna play out the same way that we're seeing it right the fuck here. Everybody knew about the shit. What the fuck y'all doing now? Everybody want to show condolences and all kinds of shit when you wasn't acting as a fucking community when the shit went the fuck down. Right. Everybody acted like it was their own fucking business and shit. Mind any goddamn business. Then a travesty happened in your community and shit. Now everybody want to feel condolences and shit up it. Like it's a big ass impact and shit. Motherfuckers die every goddamn day. And motherfuckers sit right there and watch motherfuckers die every goddamn day. Don't believe so? Go back and look at the George Floyd shit. What his homeboy did. His homeboy didn't do shit. Bitch ass motherfucker. Sat there and held the fucking camera watching your man die. Spectators in the distance and shit, what they did, sat there and watched the man die. Ain't nobody came up and said, let me kick one of these motherfucking police officers. Nobody. Bitch ass people. Fucking sheeps. Even his people and shit, they should have punished that motherfucking dude. You sat there and recorded the fucking shit. Gave the whole world a curbside seat right there. That's what it was, curbside seat. Of fucking somebody getting killed. Last time I seen a kill video was inside the military. And they showed that on it to rise us the fuck up to get ready for combat. Right. We seen Saddam Hussein's execution live. That shit was on a big ass fucking screen for us to watch that motherfucker. We out there cheering it on and all kinds of shit. Like the devil dogs we were. Right. That's why I said, see, even on the transformation of becoming a Marine and shit, you went through different shit stuff. You went from not being shit. Then when you earn the title Marine, that was just the starting. That was just the basic. That was just to earn the EGA. That wasn't you becoming a Marine. Now you go out in the field, into the woods, the thick of it. Start catching live exercise. That's when you become a devil dog. Pick up the name Leatherneck. You ever seen a leatherneck dog? I got one. I got shell rounds all around my motherfucking neck. When you're wearing your fucking gear and shit and you busting off hot 5.56 and that shell bounce off your Kevlar and gets right up inside your neck guard and shit, and you can't sit there and hesitate to go ahead and flick that motherfucker out. You gotta eat that goddamn burn. That shit cool though, cause when you get to Iraq and you on that mix of it, boy, you better not fucking freeze up on me cause you fucking got burned and shit, bitch. You better keep fucking shooting. I plan on fucking coming back home cause I got loved ones home and shit. Told you my boy Scott, he freezed up one day, yo. I broke this nigga fucking nose. I butt stroked the shit out of his ass while we in a firefight. Fucking done started pissing your goddamn self and shit, got scared. Bitch, we getting shot at right now. The fuck? You did this same fucking shit when we were in fucking basic and shit, man. Better get the fuck out of it. You fucking F your dad's an admiral and shit. I'll fucking take your life right the fuck here and make you stand the fuck up and catch a round. Ain't shit. Who would have been the wiser? That man done fucking froze up, started pissing himself. Sit right there all on him and shit, and we getting shot at. And I had to jump off the fucking 50 and shit. All I got is my M16 and he got his M16. The driver, he's inside fucking the vehicle and shit. He busting back. The other dude, he's on the other perimeter and shit. Rest of the convoy is circling in. It's three of us getting hit. We don't know where the angle of fire is exactly at that moment. We got ambushed. All right, this ain't no makeup shit. I can't fabricate this. It's hard to make up some shit when you're there. That was one of them places where you wish you weren't at that moment. Nah. Cause boy, shit went bad quick. And it was already a sandstorm jumping off when we on that convoy fucking about like 2 something in the goddamn morning, bro. We about 23 miles from Qatar, from where Qatar and shit is. Supposed to be heading out to Ramadi. Link up with 2nd Battalion and shit. And I was on the working party at that time. That's why I was out there. We on the working party. because of the sandstorm. We couldn't get to take the freaking helos in. So we were coming in with the convoy. I was on a working party. We were supposed to come out and lay 15 miles of Expedient airfield out there. Cause we were with the wing, you know what I'm saying? Wing support squadron. And WSS 271, workhorse of the wing, 2nd Battalion, Cherry Point, North Carolina. Plus, I was attached to 1-6. And I did time out there with 273. And 1-6. Over in Phoenix, Arizona. And got to go abroad. You know what I'm saying? I only got to go abroad for transition and shit. But I've been to Inukuni. Been Belgium. Been to Ramstein. Been to Landstuhl. Been to Heisenreich. Done been to different parts. Saipan. Done been to London. Done been to Italy. Done been to Sicilia. Done been to Texas. Houston. Done been to Cali. Done been to Ohio. DC. I've been damn near all 50 states. I done seen everything the U.S. got. Grand Canyon, all that shit. I want to go see all the rest of the wonders of the world. It's looking like I'm going to have to definitely go to Germany, though, bro. I'm going to definitely have to go to Germany one day. So we got to find somebody that's definitely over there in Germany, man. I got to go to Germany. I got to get that 5K sandwich. Get that shit off the bucket list, man. All right, if one of y'all whip it up, bro. Why don't one of y'all whip it up? We set the Guinness Book record. You got to make sure you factor the tax into it. All the ingredients have to make the composition of the dollar amount of the sandwich. So it has to be the highest high-end ingredients, and it has to be edible. And what set a world record? The original record was 1861. 2026. Right. People are setting world records daily on the simplest stuff. We setting stuff on that's very achievable as a community. Because we want a community to be involved in it. That way everybody eats the sandwich. Gets a piece of the sandwich. That way we all go down at the same time for the thing. See? Now somebody else will have to go into the future and try and topple our shit. You would think a business could pull it off real easy, bro. What if we make a big, massive sandwich? A big, massive sandwich and then cut it into deli style. Ding! That works also, see? And what is defined as a sandwich? Like, what's really defined as a sandwich? I've seen all kinds of ways where you can solidify and remix ice cream to make the purity of it so high in concentration and texture and stuff of it to where the dollar amount of it goes up. And you can easily make ice cream. So what a ice cream cake as a sandwich. Now you can put all kinds of dressing and stuff, but texture it up to make it look like a sandwich. Ooh. Right. You seen the one thing that we had watched with 2 Chainz, like, shoot, $1,000 ice cream, bro. He gave that man a job to get the ice cream made every week. $5,200. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. If you think about it like that. A lot of people don't think about stuff like that. Think of how much you make a year and shit. And just think and put your approach like that. I don't see why, if some people need their taxes so bad, why they don't put it back inside of paying, so then they got a grace period and shit. So then they got a couple months. And then how many times do you got to do your taxes like that before you actually done bought you a whole year to where you ain't got to worry about shit? 4 years, at least. A struggle, a financial should never last no longer than a 5-year period anyway of a loss. Kind of impossible because you're not learning or nothing at that point. How many times you don't went to this store, spend a couple of dollars and shit, got a scratch off and got a quick hit, and instead of taking that quick success that you had, you done went back and then lost it. A lot of people. I watch it on the daily. Watch it on the daily. And then they wonder why they can't come up. That little $10, $20 you came up right there, what's your little come up? And what you do with it? You were so quick to give it back away. Damn. How to make your money work for you. I think we need that as a course guide, man. How to make your money work for you. Because having it in your pocket and having big stacks of shit, that ain't working for you unless you're using that to make more. Some people put it in to stocks. I do a lot of stock stuff. Some people put it into projects. Some people put it into change of evolution of technology. Right now, I would advise people to buy this crap out of AI stocks. I wouldn't even say really buy AI stocks, buy developers. Buy into developers of AI models and future tech and stuff like that. I show y'all bits and pieces of stuff I got going on at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Just in case we got investors out there. Because you don't want to miss. We're in a digital technology thing where eggs are popping left and right. On the music scene, there's so much noise. So you need people that know how to pioneer with the noise and navigate this digital field to push it. Then appearance and presentation, that also plays a huge part too. Always plays a huge part. Because you got to get them to tap in. You know? But then they don't want to hear certain stuff. They want animosity, whatever. That's why there's other stations for that. See, now when you start linking everything like a conglomerate and see it as like that, then you see how the wheel can work. You just got to get all the other pieces on board. Right. But then everybody sticks with like kind of stuff. If you've been somewhere for a while, you're going to stay there. That's the rule of thumb. But then at the same time, hey, always encourage your people to be better. Be better, you know. Like, hey, we done seen shows where they don't smoke and drink and they talk with etiquette. We done seen shows where you can smoke and drink and where they go. We done seen shows of animosity and hearsay. And where they go, we done seen shows of worse quality, but they still showed up. Right. So it's whatever floats your boat, I guess. Whatever floats your boat. Sneaky, you done left. Let me see. He already did. Oh, you still here? Word. Okay. He probably just stepped away. That's cool. Oh man, pissy wet bed sheets. That shit fucking fire. That's a crazy fucking model you got. Run that back.
So futuristic that even time can measure my success. I heard you hard, but my weak. Tight, track that masturbate with ass cheek. And on your dick, come in your ass. I pull out my Glock, get it ready to blast. You spitting shit, I take it on the chin. You motherfuckers ain't nothing, only good for the bin. Your career floundering like pissy wet bed sheets. Pissy wet bed sheets. Your pussy looking like soft on deli meat. Soft on deli meat.
Whew. I'm telling you, I'm gonna raise something vicious to that shit. I'm gonna raise something vicious to that shit. That's why I say, yo, they don't even want to do this with like AI shit, cause that was what two one lines, 2 1 lines, and it factors something like that, like. Oh man, insane with it. Insane with it. Hey, look, they looking at the banner and said, "Oh shit, that's the wartime banner right there." Right, he's back on the wartime banner. I told him if we were gonna fire shots, we fire them directly, man. But just know if they did want to play with the AI shit, like the bars is already there. With the shock factor. To have you like, damn. They're going back right now. They listen to that. Like, oh shit. I mean, hit them with something. Hit them with something to fire them out real quick. Get them stuck. So they can smoke on one.
GBA Radio. Turn the motherfucking speakers to the max.
your hip out now. I know somebody grandma's shaking it. Wait till I pass this to the local dance club that we got around here, like I do every year, you know what I'm saying? Wait, when they had the local dance thing around here every year, you know. I've only been participating like 7 years, you know. I won the last 5. You know, you get the youth and you hit them with a little wacky beat and shit, and they do a whole step number to that joint. Come on, some of y'all know. Y'all don't be out in y'all neighborhoods. Damn. You know, north side, we come up and we show up and we take that. Right? Y'all know about it. Y'all better check out y'all cities and jump, man. You talking about like an easy freaking 5 bands right there. And everybody get paid off of that. And the kids, they get a little picture taken and stuff at the VFW. And then they get a little trophy and junk. And then bam, you as the coach. Right? You got that beat. You got that beat to talk shit on for the year. Right? That's why I said I know in my shit. Festival takes on mobile in my own stumping grounds in the west side anyway. Goes all the way around town. You talking about hitting all the hoods in town where it goes down at. Right. And everybody follow it around. The shit until it gets to the west side and it gets to the VFW for the judging. Right, I have some of my wackiest, craziest fucking beats, and you see some of these kids do a crazy ass number to that shit. My boy, he already been doing that crazy dance shit. He be working with him and shit. Plus, shopping him beats, that keeps my shit out in the hood anyway. Right. That's my homies. They play it right there where everybody link up on their porch over in the block anyway. Right. Somebody sound like they got some shit, then they'll hit me up. Let me know. I'll pull up. Come check them out. See if they got potential. Right. We got guys around here that gets all on some crazy type stuff. See? They don't even know what they sound is. They want to sound like everybody else instead of sounding like them. And when they start sounding like everybody else, it's like, why you want to sound like them when we got a whole distinct sound around here that they ain't even heard out there? Right, we got a whole different sound here that they ain't even heard out there. You got to get it out there. Send that to me so that I can play it to them, then it gets out there. Oh, yeah. I got guys right now that just went back on the road. My boy Young B, he's back out on the road about the tour. He just had a show last night up in Philly. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. How long you gonna be out on the road this time? Right. Push my brand with you. Right, push my brand with you. That's what I need you to do. Push my brand with you. He should have hit me up before he told me he was going on the road, so I could have gave him merch and shit. Got the GBA hoodies that's starting to come in, know what I'm saying? Start pushing the merch. Could have took a big ass 2000 sleeve of some business card with his ass too, pass those shits out at your little thing at the gig. Shit, right. I'm trying to get out there, bro. Right, trying to get out there. Backpack, bro. Come on. I said, I'm already spending your tracks on my station anyway, so don't work against the process, work with the process. Right. Plus, we're going to have him pop on the show one day. You know, he ain't one of the type that hops on the camera and shit, you know. He ain't one of the camera internet guy. He called the internet guy. I told him, man, it ain't even really an internet persona, bro. It's about reaching the base. It's how you use this tool of the internet to reach the people. I said, if you're trying to get out there and you're touring, why not tell the people something about you so then they can come up and support and then show up for the show or blah, 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 whatever like that. Why you shortcoming the process? You want to go in, but then only to an extent. I said, so what if you blow up, you become the next platinum rapper and shit? You gonna be the guy that nobody knows? You gonna have to be on TV, get invited to places, public, all kinds of stuff like that. You gonna just dodge the camera, be the background platinum recording artist, performing, still in little nightclubs and stuff like that, when you could be on TV, getting venues and stuff like that, or whatever, or at least have some kind of shot of a success. I said, damn, so you just want to doom the project from the beginning. I forgot. When I first signed you as my artist, started my label and joint. Yeah, I forgot that blunt, right? My weed was so strong it made you not even want to work. I said, damn. Then I bought the bullshit off the street, and then you still didn't work. It made you just want to go out and sell crack. It's like, damn. How was it an alter effect? But such is life sometimes, man. Such is life sometimes. And then you sit back and now you see it go right there. But it's like, hey, man, always remember the bad days and shit. So when you up, you got something to bounce off of. Because it's like, psh, okay, I lost like 5 years. And then it's like, okay, I been out 5 years after that, clean and shit like that. And was like, what did you do with the 5 years? I did a whole bunch of shit. My situation was crazy. When I got out, I couldn't own technology. Any piece of technology, phone, TV, none of that shit for 5 years. I said, fuck it, let me go backpacking. Right, let's see if I can just leave the fucking U.S. and go backpacking. See what else the world fucking got. I can't have tech and shit on me. All right. That's why I said, yo, some people would sit back and they be like, yo, back in the old days and shit by the old rules, you would have probably got more time and shit. Okay. Well, I got hit on some white collar shit. And lucky for me, I happen to still have that time that I owed Uncle Sam. So when I got out, I got that clean break. Too bad I had to fuck with goddamn Uncle Sam. So it's a different set of fucking rules. And even where I was at really wasn't even that bad. But it was still the same shit that you would expect everywhere else because it was still monsters inside the bitch. Even amongst service people and shit. Told you I had to get the one guy and shit, man. That nigga was stolen valor and shit. Had to put work in. That's why I say, yo, y'all ever see it at Golden Corrals? Go to Golden Corrals on Veterans Day. And you will see somebody out there trying to do stolen valor. They're about to get their ass whipped. What the police gonna do? They gonna sit there in they car across the shit because most of the cops are vets too. They're gonna sit there and watch the ass whipping commence. They're gonna assist the guy after he got his ass whipped. probably get a sucker punch in too, you know. Hey, man, you might want to just get your ass out of here, you know? All right. Best thing for you. Don't make me take you in, you know? I remember we were inside of a Golden Corral the one time and shit, my first Veteran Day and shit. I watched it jump off and shit. I'm right there. It spilled over to me and shit. They ran over the little lane tape, and they had that guy. Them two guys got fighting, man. And it was crazy because the guy that was lying and shit said that he was a former Navy SEAL and shit. And you could look and tell he ain't never did a fucking day. Yeah, that dude came up that said he was a former SEAL. He came straight up and fucking suplexed that man. Suplexed his ass. Young boy bounced back up. Kane spiraled at him and shit, shot low, caught him, tried to lift him up, got him on the counter. You see the cups just spilling, and the people right there in the Golden Corral, like, oh my gosh, they go run and just get out of the little booth and go into the shit, and we just sitting there looking. I go ahead, I skip up to the line and shit. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna hop in this line right here. Then it spilled over in our shit. I see the dude go down and shit. He's like, this motherfucker stolen valor. Stolen valor. I'm like, oh shit. I got me a fucking couple 4 kicks in real quick on his ass. My boy, he shot right there, just was like, pow, bitch. And it just went down. Yo, this dude was just dragging this motherfucker. Had him by the top of his shit, just dragging his ass. And threw his ass the fuck outside. It goes down, bro. I remember one year, had me, I guess you would call it like a date, you know, with another vet. We went out there. She an older lady. So she like my partner in crime for Veterans Day, man. We went out there. We went to the Outback Steakhouse to jump. We sitting there, man. We finally get our steak and stuff. You know, we sitting there about to eat it and stuff. And we watched these 2 dudes, this army guy, caught this guy stolen valor and shit. Caught him with stolen valor, and these motherfuckers sitting right there around the motherfucking shit. Like, yo, that shit was sort of intense right there. I was waiting to see who was going to go hard. No lie, bro. Man, the lady, we already done took some money out of our pocket and shit. We got it on the table and shit. I done pulled it out. I started off at like $5 and shit. I said, I got 5 on old boy in the red shirt right there. He'll fucking catch him first. She said, nah, I'm looking at the other one right there. He kind of younger. I said, oh, but man, hey, the other guy, he ain't trained for it, man. I'll put 20 down on top of that. You know, I got like 25 on the table. She put down a 50 and shit, so now I got to drop 100 on that shit. Cause I can't let her outmatch me. She way older than me, but I know she got bread like I got bread. So. Yo, we had like $150 on the table and shit. Yo, watching these dudes pace around and shit with motherfucking goddamn steak knives and fucking forks in each hand and shit, looking, waiting to cut each other and shit, bro. The one dude was gonna cut him on GP because he done fucking falsified saying that he was an Army Ranger and shit. When the boy ain't did no fucking time and shit, you could look and see that this motherfucker might have did a day's workout in the yard on the fall. He ain't got that desert tanning on him and shit, and he talking about he done busted in Iraq. I done already heard his ass when he first started was talking some Iraq shit, and was like some of his facts and shit ain't just adding up. He talking about he went out there and he done bust all these people and shit. And I'm looking at you and I'm looking like, boy, you still look goddamn innocent. You done took who? You done took who? Right. You start to see some shit after you do some shit. That's why they always say, watch what you get in. Right. I see shit all the goddamn time. Right, them motherfuckers haunt me. Mm-hmm. That's why the weed suppresses that to an extent. You gotta shut them down. That's why I like creating music, because it shuts them the fuck up too. Silence is like a motherfucking bullet. I'm telling you, silence is like a fucking bullet. That shit is like an eternal fucking. Telling you. Yes, indeed. That's why it's like everything gotta have sound, yo. Like even, like imagine, yo, when you done and shit, bro. If your life was to have a musical composition and shit, bro, don't you want that shit to have some of them good times inside that shit, some of them good moments, some of them good songs that you can go through in the shit. You don't want it all bad records and shit. Fucking getting tortured eternity, all bad shit. Oh hell no! I gotta have some of them good moments that I could just tap into to stop the torture a little bit. For real, right? Let me make a force field with all the good moments and shit to block me from all the bad shit. That's what I think life is, ain't it? Cause shit, you gotta pay to come here. Somebody had to pay for you, and then somebody gotta pay for you to leave here. I said, why is it? And it's kind of messed up, bro. Cause the cost of a coffin is too high. The whole funeral service thing is too high, bro. That shit's fucking ridiculous. You talking about 10 to 13K. A coffin starts off at about 7,200. Then you gotta pay for the service. Then you gotta pay for the plot of the land. Then you gotta pay for the little stone or whatever you're putting on it. And then I just seen how that shit evaluates out, and I said, damn, so that section of land right there costs that much money? Damn. And when in 2 weeks I say, you know what, I need to go back and I need to buy the land where I've been living at for almost the last fucking 10 years. I need to go back and buy that land. Because now I understand how much the land go for. In my case, the previous landowner never paid fucking land taxes at all. He ain't paid land taxes in 32 years. I came up, called my lawyer and shit, and they told me I can have the land if I satisfy the debt. I went down there and satisfied the debt. They gave me the deed. Gave me the deed. He didn't even realize for 5 years that the land was split, and he was trying to figure out and collect, and was wondering why he was getting a certain amount, because I had already changed up how much I was going to give him. And I was said, hey, I'll give you this much to buy you out on the other half of the lot. And then he sold it recently. He sold it last year to a whole different company. And they didn't even want to honor the contractual arrangement we had because they called it a gentleman agreement because we shook hands on it. I should have got it in writing. And it wasn't right inside the lease, but then he tried to say that he did a revision on the lease. And I'm like, yo, I never got that. Right, I keep my paperwork. Man tried to play me. I said, damn, bro. They always used to say, trust the white man. And the white man done fucked me over on that case. It was like, damn. Couldn't even give me a whole 10-year agreement and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now the funny part is the motherfucker has to pay back. Has to pay back. So it's like for almost the last year, I've been just staying here, not even having to pay rent and shit, because they got to try and buy me out. And this is their way. They're coming with a cash offer, but they got to pay off the principal, bro. Of all them years, I've been giving all that bread and shit. I said, damn, I've been paying double the rent. Double the rent every month for almost 10 years and shit. And then you did some bogus ass shit. Like, damn, bro. I wish I had the paperwork on his ass. I could have just sued him straight the fuck out. But they don't want to go to court because the company's trying to buy out all his property, and he's a big time like private landlord around here. He don't want that shit to go out. I'll fuck up deals and shit he got going on. Right, this man's trying to check out. He don't want to go to the court system, and he already knows I'm frequent with the courts. I'm frequent with the courts. 30, hey, $35, $40 get you new friends. They thought I was capping in my rap. Shit, $40 get you new friends. Shit. 35 that I pay. They got me a retainer access to over 445 plus lawyer networks through Legal Shield. That done won me freaking over thousands, hundreds of thousands. Easy. I say, yo, the one lady tried to clown me and shit, because I said I get a driver in a house and shit. I say, yo, why am I going to show up somewhere and not have a place to live at? I done showed up first time meeting my brother and shit, and then renting an Airbnb for a week and shit. That way I had time, time to enjoy all my siblings coming out. They flew in. We picked them up from the airport. My brother, he was already native there. Still had to give him directions to get out to the shit. And threw a big-ass motherfucking cookout. Big-ass cookout, dog. We up in the mountains and shit. Snow and all that shit. Up in Ohio. Look, even got stuck behind an Amish guy for 38 miles. Real Amish dude, bro. You talking about with the lantern, the horse and buggies, all that shit. And the road we had to take to get back to where the Airbnb, was back there in Amish County. But the place we were staying at had modern shit, you know what I'm saying? 3-story. Right on the edge of like the fucking mountain type cliff and shit. Got the little aqueduct theater down at the bottom and shit with the lawn chairs. Had some kind of little lawn thing that came up and controlled like sort of the temperature outside. Had the little rock jacuzzi and shit. I was the only one that was crazy enough to get in that bitch with the snow. That shit was warm as a motherfucker. Hey, and my brother came correct. He came correct. He brought a chick with him. Right, he brought me a chick. Right, brought me a chick. Fine ass little Puerto Rican shorty. I chat with her every now and then. She wondering when I'm coming back out to Ohio. Matter of fact, I got a lot of them that want me to come back to Ohio. His sisters want me to come out to Ohio. Definitely his sisters. They cool as shit. My brother got 8 sisters. And each one got a different personality and shit, yo. But all of them fucking like to turn up and shit. All on divas and shit. I said, oh man. I done party with most of them. The firecracker ones, that's the one I want to turn up with. That's the ones I want to turn up with. Whoo, boy. That's the one. Especially my bro, man. Shit, he out there getting it, boy. Motherfucker slaying. He's the tree slayer, bro. You talking about big 140 plus fucking foot trees and shit. He out there scaling them bitches, knocking them motherfuckers down and shit. Coordinated, calculated, and all that shit. Right, proud of his ass out there getting it. Get that shit. Young Smoke one. Yeah. Can't smoke no more, side. I'll smoke for you. Yes, indeed. Sponsored by Highlight. So there's some of that gooey juicy. That's how I spell it, gooey juicy. hmm Some of y'all gonna look at it and say, "Oh, the caption didn't catch it. It ain't catch it." It's that juice melon propane. There you go. Now you can see it. And then we got some Rick. We got some Rick and Morty hybrid stranded night, from the local supplier, Shout out to the supplier, This is all dispensary grade quality. Trust and believe. Maybe higher. And then, pretty soon we'll be shouting out Uncle Sam because Uncle Sam got some stuff that just moved up to Congress today. I don't know if a lot of people are paying attention to this stuff. When they did that reclassification of marijuana, see, what they didn't notice was what that is. That was the subpar out pill usage. Because they now acknowledge that there's an opioid crisis off of pills. Because they give you so many good pills when you get in the VA, they try to figure out what might be wrong with you. So they give you so much stuff that makes you up or down. Like I had beats. Like I played y'all a whole collection of beats. At that time, they had me on some pills that made you feel like you moved like Sonic, but you didn't go a goddamn place. 4 hours drifted by when you closed your eyelids. Right. They were trying to counter the fact of, was like, damn, this guy hardly sleeps. We got to try and induce sleep on him. Right. So we got to try and slow him down. All right. They were like, oh, man, you stay up all night, man, because I stay up all night. What's wrong with staying up all night? Apparently, to the clinics and doctors and shit, you being asleep is supposed to be the natural norm, so you can achieve REM. But I said, well, why do I want to escape into a REM type of reality that is close to death when I could be awake and you tap into something totally different? Right. They say signs and symbols and stuff like that and energies, how to tap into stuff. Like we ain't down here with all kinds of crazy evil shit. Evil shit that's trying to turn good to hopefully maybe ascend back up. Come on. Some people got familiars and don't even remember. Don't even remember that there's even a familiar or some kind of shit. And then some people, they get dragged down by the pettiest stuff. That's like maybe a pebble in the ocean. And just can't let it go. That's the wild part, yo. That'd be the wild part. And then some people can't take a joke. Can't take a joke when they said, like, hey, Patch Adams, Robert Williams, though, said, used to say laughter was the greatest medicine. He made so much stuff that was just on comedy to get you to laugh. Like, man, try that out, man. Take a clip of you laughing, and then when you're down, go back and look at that clip. I guarantee it'll make you laugh. Man. It would induce it on it. I gave y'all a practical experiment. I made a whole beat. That's dope as shit. EDM put it out there and called it Invoke Sadness. And people were saying, man, that shit made me feel like I was fucking supercharged up, like I was in some futuristic battle or something. I said, oh, you didn't feel sad at all? Okay. All right. Playing off the narrative. Or you can send a shot at somebody, but then it's like, is the shot going to go? Right. But then it also works with your audience too. Because it's like, hey, we could just tap into a whole bit and be like, hey, man, you know why them guys suck? I'll tell you why them other streams suck. Why them other podcasts suck. All them late night shows suck. Want to know why they suck? Because where the audience base at? Fluctuating numbers. We seen fluctuated numbers. How a shit go from blop to instantaneously. You know what I'm saying? You know how they suck? Because they play only the same goddamn people. Every goddamn week. The same people. Got all the players and stuff in it, and then all the other players kept not even there in the league and shit. Wonder why? Because half the league done quit. Wonder why they quit? Because of verbiage and personality clashes. Why? Because personal opinion couldn't stay in a professional realm. That's why they quit. So you know where they went back? They said, let me go support the guy that y'all all just shitted on. And that wasn't the direction that we wanted them to go on, where we cast the whole narrative of the message of doing an expose and shit. But it backfired. How that did, that had a dramatic effect, because then that just separated the communities right there. Because then that just put a divide and a void in. Because they said, well, you know what? The shows I used to go to, I'ma likely not go to them no more. So what did that do? Then that's less material that comes through. So now that comes into where does the direction of the show go? Because we can't let the show sink. I refuse to let the show sink. But that fills up the void for new artists to come through. I said, damn, after you show some love and shit, they come off of somebody else's judgment. They come off and try to hit you off. I said, damn, no more exclusives from them no more? Fuck. What's going on? Let me hit them up. Damn, I get a whole explanation and was like, what? And then I get a video clip and I sit back and I'm like, damn. Damn, they gave a whole time slot to this. Damn. Oh. Then they sent me the slot for like, hey, here's my new thing. And I was topped on here and I'm like, oh, I gotta watch on this dude's fucking shit. Oh, but to support the artists, I'm gonna sit up in there and I'm gonna watch it, check you out. Hit a couple of emojis, but I ain't even gonna write in the chat and shit just to let them know that I was there. That way, that gives them a free talking point. Cause you know they definitely need them. They need that talking point. They gotta have something. They gotta have something. We done smacked and exposed them and shit, so they gotta have something. We done called them out and say, "Yo, come catch the fade at the boxing ring," and they didn't show up. We done had personal numbers and stuff, but they didn't show up. They blocked us out. Said, okay. And I said, it's crazy because it's almost like that almost every relationship. Almost every relationship. But, just like the Titanic, boy, it shoots right back up. We just be like on, I guess, like some Jesus stuff sometimes, you know. I just can't turn the other cheek and get smacked. I bring you close with the dagger to the side. Right. You right there in good vision now. But how should you supposed to treat people like that? I told y'all I just recently seen a guy from way back in the day. The guy told the police I helped him break into a church and steal a drum set. And then just recently see this man and he acting like we the best of friends. I still see you as snitch ass dude. Right, you been snitch ass dude since like 14 years old. And now my boy said, oh yeah, that's my man right there. And I had to look at my boy and was like, who? He said, yeah, this my girl's brother and shit. And I'm like, oh, that's why his ass is here. Okay. Pulled him to the side. He said, all right, man. He said, I noticed something. I said, yeah, man. I said, remember I told you? He said, damn, I forgot about that shit. Damn, my bad, bro. Right. I said, look, even when we were inside the house, this motherfucker told like 5 lies of a whole backstory of how we knew each other and all kinds of shit. He said, yeah, man, remember we used to be back by the store and shit, you know, chilling with the hoes and shit, drinking the malt liquor and shit, know what I'm saying? Yeah, the one chick suck you off behind the tree and shit like that, know what I'm saying? That crackhead bitch and shit. Then we hit the pipe and shit. And I'm looking like, what the fuck? You just motherfucking say? I just took the shot too when I'm fucking gagged off the shot. Like, what the hell? Fuck this motherfucker talking about? I'm in the back of the tree hitting crack and shit with some crackhead assholes. The fuck you talking about, my nigga? You got me definitely all the way fucked up. That's when my boy like, hey, man. I know damn well my nigga ain't on no type of time like that and shit. He was like, nah, man, you should have been there, man. And he trying to dab me on the chest and shit. Like, nigga, you get one time to fucking try and put your hands on me after you just said some shit like that. My man got that whole marble glass door right there. I was about to put that nigga through that fucking door. He's trying to put some kind of safety lock on the bitch so the wind stops snatching the door off and shit. Fucking empty the whole goddamn tool bag and shit with all these fucking like 400-piece toolkit and shit. Like, yo, where's your toolbox at? Oh man, you know, somebody to jack me for my toolbox and shit. Like, what the fuck? And jack you for your toolbox, man? You look like goddamn fucking the Crypt Keeper and shit with some flesh still on you and shit over head ass. Got this funky ass stink on you already and shit. The fuck? Looking at my man's like, yo, what the fuck did I just walk into? I just came to congrats and shit real quick. And you don't talk me into taking a shot with this fiend ass motherfucking snitch nigga. Oh, fuck. I said, hey, man, you got to come to me for now more to bring that shit, man. I ain't showing up back over here. Hell nah. That shit felt like a whole ass ambush. I said, yo, I just had to walk the distance to get here on top of it and then get like this by a fiend ass nigga. What the fuck? I said, bro, just off the strength of you being my young boy and shit, my young nigga and shit, like family, bro. That's why I didn't break your fucking door and shit, yo. So I was about to Spartan kick this nigga out the fucking door and shit as soon as he tried to dap me up. So we back there fucking crackhead, smoking crack type shit. The fuck got me all fucked up, man. Then he told his sister and shit, talking about, oh yeah, I remember him back in the day, you know, we used to go to such and such high school with shit, you know. We used to hit the pipe every now and then and shit right before track and shit, you know, and I'm like, the fuck his sister said, I know damn well he don't even fuck with no shit like that. He only recently started smoking weed last couple of years and shit. I said, facts. She like, why you keep lying this shit? His own people, his own sister calling his ass out of the fucking lie. I'm like, look at my man. He's like, yeah, man, I'll catch you up, big homie. Yeah, man. I'm out. I get back on the live. I'm like, yo, y'all won't believe this shit. Fucking fiend ass motherfucker. Talking about we posted up smoking crack behind trees and shit with fiend bitches. The fuck? Oh, fuck. I said, damn, I might be missing some teeth because my car accident and shit bust my fucking permanence and shit the fuck out. And I'm working to get all this shit the fuck squared back away anyway. But god damn, I never asked protecting them. Coke, crack, none of that fucking imagination, they shit. If it's something man done made and it ain't in a pill form over the counter or some shit, a doctor done gave that shit, I ain't take it. The weed, I know this motherfucker is a plant. So I will partake of the plant. Right. Man, manufacture that shit. I'm trying to stay away from the devices of man. I'll use the technology of man to advise my own plans and own success. And everybody that's platform with us success. But not to entertain the dumb foolish ass shit. I watch mad people sit there and they'll say, oh, I'm sick. You know why the fuck you sick? Couple components why you sick. Mucus and all kinds of shit coming up, stuck in your throat. What you doing? Hawking it up. And what you doing after you hawking it up? You just spelling shit out. What you putting back in your body? Nothing. Nothing that's good for you. Yeah, let me put this cough syrup in there. You need to just sit down and fucking pound some goddamn water. You pound water, take you a fucking Motrin or some shit. That numb your body out at least 12 hours. Pound you some water. That's what you call flushing your system. Your system is about 70% water. Right. You might get the squirts, all kinds of shit, but you're flushing your shit out. Now get you a little sleep. Wake up the next day. Damn. Fuck. I gotta go to work. I can't use the sick excuse. Come on, man. They think the old secrets of the world from the older folks get lost across the generations and shit. Nah, most of us paid attention to when our older generations, freaking 90 plus and shit like that, and still got ancestor, still got a grandpa 114, Grandpa Joey Green, still 114, walking 5 miles a day. That's why I walk 5 miles a day. This old ass man still does it, still in good health and all kinds of shit. So why can't I go out there and get it? It's obviously something to the fucking walking. I know to say your metabolism and all shit feel good. If I don't get that walk in, I feel down. I feel real down. Like, damn. Like sluggish and all kinds of shit. Like, I get that. I got to get that. It's like my frequency got to be set high. Because during the course of the day, it's just going to be at that level. Got to be at that level. And then I carry that over to when I'm sitting there making the beats or whatever and shit. I got to carry it on to that level or push it up to the next frequency and shit. Like, bam, now we're inside the shit. And it's crazy because making some of this stuff over the years and shit, it's like I already know how the chorus sounds. I know the car can also do some crazy ass tricks too. See? When you fuck around with your mids, lows, highs, trebles, bass. Right. I know most of the settings for the car. Come on. That's why we sit there and we manipulate the bass in such a way to make that joint just right. I'm going for that factor of I want somebody to pull up beside you and look. So if you fishbowling and you don't want the cop parents looking at you, then shit, my shit's definitely gonna make them look at you. Trust and believe. I done rode around town many a times right after I done made a beat and then had the police freaking bust a U-turn and stop my ass. Tried to hit me with a noise citation because he doesn't know what that was. He didn't know what it was. And then I got it turned down real low, and then he heard it, and he said, damn. I said, sir, but my bass is turned off. He said, nuh-uh. And I showed him on there. And he said, damn, it's still hitting like that? Damn. I had him astounded and gave him my business card. And he sent his nephew to come record. And recorded his nephew for like three YouTube beats and shit. Cool as fuck, man. I done got pulled over popping up in my mama's driveway and shit playing the beat. And the driveway and the cop done fucking turned his lights on. He said he heard my bass from 3 blocks away. And knew where it was. He said he first initially heard me coming around the corner. I said, yo, how was that? I didn't even have the radio on at all. I had my little boom box. I had just bought a system. I had that shit playing from the phone with the little boom box thing I had at the time and shit. Sitting inside the passenger seat. That's what he heard. And then followed me talking about it was coming from the radio. And then when he looked inside the car, you see that there was even a radio inside the console at all. No kind of speakers when I popped the back of the trunk to show him everything was inside of boxes. Looking stupid as shit. Trying to hit me with a noise citation. His supervisor came out, yo, that shit was funny, and he was scratching his head and shit. He just told him go ahead and just let it go and shit. Came over, gave us an apology and all kinds of shit. I'm saying, hey, sometimes you get some of them good guys and shit that come across and shit, you know, and then you get some of them that'll be pricks and shit that get random calls. I had a neighbor try and get in my business one time and shit. Me and my lady, we in here. We discussing and we doing something. We in here discussing and doing something. And it was her idea. We were doing it as a bit. Doing it as a bit for some shit. So the people across the street, they thinking that we in here actually like going at it, like fucking fighting this shit. And it's a whole bit. She got paper, I got paper. We reading off the paper, trying to get the shit down. She on one side of the room, I got on the other side of the room. And you know, it was kind of hot. So I already had the windows cracked so they could hear outside anyway. So we trying to get the joint down practicing. But the woman think that we in here fighting and shit. She called the police and the police show up and shit. And they outside knocking on the door and shit. I don't hear it though. We in here practicing and deep into the shit. And they come in and they hit the main door. Poof, 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 poof. And fucking hit this shit with such impact to where I have a glass piece right inside the main door, decorative piece of shit. Bust my shit out and they come in and then reach in and fucking unlock my goddamn door and come in and shit. They like, get down and shit, right? Ma'am, are you all right? All up in my goddamn business. I sued the neighbor. All right, I sued the neighbor to replace the motherfucking glass on my goddamn door for a whole new door. For them being fucking nosy. All right. Couldn't hit the police because the police got called. Right. But was able to hit their ass though. The neighbors. Right, man. They called the police on me, man. What else was I supposed to do? All right. That's why you keep the lawyers on retainer, man. Hey, If you don't use them, bro, I'm telling you, a valuable option is if you know you always hot, man. Legal Shield, bro. Legal Shield. And if you want to get in and sell the joint too, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hit me on the off channel. Get you up in there, you know what I'm saying? I got me a nice little network. Got a nice little network. I'm trying to get the platinum manager one day. That's why I said, see, being involved in a lot of different stuff, it works, it pans out. Like when I say I can show up somewhere with a suit and tie on, and they'll pay me about $50,000 for maybe about an hour, I really beat it. And when it's multiple millionaires inside there, whole different experience. That's why I said, yo, it's almost like doing the job of a rapper. It's almost like doing the job of a rapper, but on a whole different scale. How many rappers going out there getting 30 bands a show? Gotta be way out there. Household name. I'm telling you. Or you gotta have something else going for you. Cause who else is out there doing shows every single day, bro? Even the biggest promotion of like World Wrestling Entertainment, they're traveling all around the world and got big ass roster. Right. Who else is doing a show every single night? You will lose your voice at some point. Man. That shit crazy. Pissy bed sheets. Pissy wet bed sheets. That's just crazy. Just a couple bars I gave him with his model that he's has in creation made that hook. That joint's crazy. Check it out, man.
So futuristic that even time can measure my success. I heard you hard, but my weak. Tight, pack that masturbate with ass cheek. And on your dick, come in your ass. I pull out my Glock, get it ready to blast. You spitting shit, I take it on the chin. You motherfuckers ain't nothing, only good for the bin. Your career floundering like pissy wet bed sheets. Pissy wet bed sheets. Your pussy looking like soft on deli meat. Soft on deli meat. So futuristic that even time can measure my success. I heard you hard, but my weak. Tight, pack that masturbate with ass cheek. And on your dick, come in your ass. I pull out my Glock, get it ready to blast. You spitting shit, I take it on the chin. You motherfuckers ain't nothing, only good for the bin. Your career floundering like pissy wet bed sheets. Pissy wet bed sheets. Your pussy looking like soft on deli meat. Soft on deli meat. So futuristic that even time can measure my success. I heard you hard, but my weak. Tight, pack that masturbate with ass cheek. And on your dick, come in your ass. I pull out my Glock, get it ready to blast. You spitting shit, I take it on the chin. You motherfuckers ain't nothing, only good for the bin. Your career floundering like pissy wet bed sheets. Pissy wet bed sheets. Your pussy looking like soft on deli meat. Soft on deli meat.
Oh man. Telling you technology, man. Technology. How he was able to just take my bars like that, flip it, formulate that. Yo. I know y'all heard it first. But
TBA Radio. Turn the motherfucking speakers to the max.
cause hey, if you ain't gassing, man, what you doing it for? What y'all thought we were done? Y'all thought the show was over? Oh man. Yee. 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 They done gave up on me. But we're still here. We ain't gave up on y'all. I ain't gave up on y'all. That man J-Bo Flex hit me with a link earlier, but the link kept saying that it failed, bro. That's why you didn't get the track spin. So if you stop through while we on this live, you know what I'm saying? Resubmit that link. I'd definitely love to spin it. You drop something on the live when we were on the mobile, one of the uploads, and I can't grab it back from off of the upload. Because whenever you put on the premiere, it didn't show after the premiere of it. That's why I said most of these were like flash mobs. All yesterday was flash mobs. You know how this Sunday, how Saturday usually go. I try to put that mix out there, or I'm gonna give you a couple breaks or whatever that was during the week. All right. It depends how the week goes too, man. That's how it usually is. It depends how the week goes. So if we got the algorithm riding good or whatever they used to call it, whatever, if we got it going good where, you know, business is jumping off and then bam, we give it to the podcast or whatever. But then right now we just shaking the tree. We gotta get the bots out of here. Some people just been claiming that we've been botting up our views because our success has been going do. Right. They don't think that everybody of y'all that be coming in here, since my channel was originally at like 13 subscribers since like 2007, just sitting there off of just, you know, software reversal videos, you know, and then growing to the numbers where it's at. They thinking that y'all are bots and stuff like that. So then they go back and they start analyzing all the videos for like the last year and then watching all the vert streams and saying, oh snap, he's actually having conversation with people that are talking back in the chats and stuff like that. So then when he's talking with the people and they pop back up and they're like, hey man, you remember me? And he's like, yeah man, ain't you from such and such and shit? Then they sit there and they're like, oh man, that shit's boring because I can't relate to what the previous conversation and shit was. You know, they be trying to get on their YouTube detective shit, like they knowing the facts and stuff like that. And then they want to restream our shit and put a twist or whatever on it and don't even know what we be talking about most of the time. Right. Them cast assumptions and all kinds of narratives or whatever. That's why we always tell them, hey, we're going to do a bit. And then we do the bit. And then we sit there and then we clip the bit and say, yo, look at them wilding out or something. They don't never put the whole thing saying, yeah, we're about to do a bit. I put it out there as like a timestamp. So when I go back and I edit this later on and segment out this whole stream for like the best moments or whatever, bam, I know what keyword to go off of and then click that part. Right, we done had a couple keywords thrown inside this stream right here. We done showed you in real time where I done had a guy in a whole different country where I done hit 2 bars that done hit you with shock value, and then he done flipped 2 different revisions just off of my vocal, just like that, doing it that way. It's like real time results off of real time actions, bro. And then some people tell me, hey man, you like the king of late night, know what I'm saying? I guess this is when we need to come back inside of our time slot We done did the daytime, seen result. We done did the nighttime, done seen result. So I guess we'll camper to the night right. Cause when all the other streams in, it channels of us. And plus, what else is going on? Who else got a show going on right now? I can check the rosters. Let me check the rosters in my network. I'll let you know who's on. Just in case they got a show that's more banging than mine right now. We got the brother Hurricane. His show is always jumping. I'm saying he probably got Detroit After Dark jumping right now. We got the Bushwatchers. You know they on some controversy right now. That's that he said she said right now jumping off. What we got? We got the WWF. Oh, we got the brother Wood on the Beat. They got always something going on there. Okay, we got who's that? Vince on. Hey, potential American Idol stars over there, you know. Right. 30-minute block contest or whatever. So hey, if you got some music, that's a chance to try and rock for 30 minutes right there. Psh, at least the guy, you know, I think does American Idol, so you know he got a label too, so you know if you're pretty dope, never miss your opportunities. I'm just letting you know. You know? But hey, man, we are gonna hit y'all with something. Yeah, we've been hyping it up. We've been hyping it up the way we do it, man. I'm telling you. Hey, if y'all ain't checked it out yet, man, that Bad Air Day, bro. Whoo! From Connect Work Films, bro. The Brody Quaalude, IKS, and Uncle Beats, man, from Hood Hierarchy, man. Hey, we gonna get into it. We're gonna give it into it the way we get into it. Hey, we giving it to you. We giving it to you. Let's get it set up. Let's get it set up. If you ain't seen it, oh man, go ahead and roll up with your roll up, pull up with your pull up. Cause we going to the movies. We're going to the movies. I'm telling you. Come back. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Yes, indeed. Go ahead and get y'all roles and everything, man. A Hood Hierarchy picture comedy, a Connect Work comedy, biopic, Bad Air Day, The Odor of Justice. Whoo, strap on in. Cause boy, we about to get this one. Let's go.
Network comes the true story of a man. Dangerous, but it is loud.
I told y'all my stomach got attitude.
The blood, I ain't trying to. It's the condition.
Oh, that's a felony in some states.
It's a condition. Let's show you have hypersonic flatulence.
How can I pick?
It's about to make a
Something called flatulence disorder.
So I'm a walking loud.
A very loud. Your body just, well, it broadcasts.
Hey, keep it down over there.
Your backside is a brass section.
Can't live like this,
Then
Doc.
use it for good. Just firmly outdoors.
Chronic, unstoppable, and very loud.
So there's no cure?
Only earplug.
Only better fix my phone.
Hold on, chat. We about to get this right here. Hold on, we about to get this justice. You know we gotta give it justice. We can't do it like everybody else with the buffer thing. We would not allow that. You know, if we're gonna bring you something, we're gonna give it to you the highest quality. Hold on. Give us just a second. You know how we show love around here the right way. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, worldwide premiere, TBA Radio. Turn the motherfucking speakers to the max.
Fat Air Day.
Network comes the true story of a man who couldn't hold back, but it is loud.
I told y'all my stomach got an attitude.
The blood? I ain't trying to. It's the condition.
Oh, that's a felony in some states.
This test show you have hypersonic flatulence.
How can I pick? It's about to make a.
Something called hyperflatulence disorder.
So I'm a walking house.
Oh, very loud. Your body just, well, it broadcasts.
Hey, keep it down over there.
Your backside is a brass section.
Can't live like this,
And
Doc.
use it for good. Just firmly outdoors.
Chronic, unstoppable, and very loud.
So there's no cure?
Only earplug.
Finally finna fix my phone.
Man, you have a disease called flatulence phobia. Don't worry, baby. You can make some good out of it and use it to your benefit. Your strength is something.
First off, bitch, I ain't your motherfucking baby. Now, how the f your stupid ass think I'm finna make anything beneficial out of me passing my gas nonstop?
The bloating and cramp should
Wait,
ease
hold
up.
up. You're telling me milk is the problem? Man, I've been drinking milk my whole life. I can't just stop. I drink it every morning. What about pizza, ice cream? You said I gotta give that up too? This don't make sense. Sometimes I be shitting on myself too. Listen, Mrs. Lady, fuck you. My gas finna fuck my whole shit up, dead ass.
A stomach he couldn't hide it until one blow changed everything.
Oh, no way. Ain't no way. That's wild. I'm in here now. Had to make a quick pit stop, you feel me? Hold on. I'm in the middle of the highway right now. I'm good. I'm still on the car. All right, that was last.
What the fuck is that smell? Do you smell that shit?
I know you didn't just do that nasty ass shit on our first fucking date, right? I'm pressing charges on you for that shit, you nasty ass bastard. You are going to fuck the jail, motherfucker. I hope they gonna put your.
This summer, justice has a smell.
You are fired! Get the fuck out right now and take all your fucking shit with you! You stank ass motherfucker! Understood.
Still smells.
Have a good one. Motherfucker!
Yeah, all right.
Ready? We're going crazy in here. Watch this one. Bounce it, bounce it. This one. My bad, y'all.
You popped it. That was awesome.
Can't believe that just happened. My bad. Y'all good? Oh, thank God. It was an accident, bro. Somebody call the cops.
Sir, you're under arrest for ass gassing.
For what now? Come on, it's my kid's party.
Hands behind your back. Stop resisting.
I'm not even resisting. Everybody good?
Nasty man, you are being arraigned today on the following charges of ass gassing. How do you plead?
What up, Your Honor? Top of the top, my G. Now, Your Honor, how the fuck y'all making my ass gas an issue like y'all don't be blowing the lid off the toilet at the crib yourself, man?
My bad, Your Honor.
Let everything that has breath praise the Lord. Thunder start explode. Driving deep and long. Whoa. Lord have mercy. You are, have mercy. Somebody help. I didn't mean, I tried to hold it in.
Sir, you're under arrest for ass gassing in the Lord's house.
You serious right now?
Stop resisting. What the fuck is that smell? You smell that shit?
I don't know, man.
What the fuck is that smell? You smell that shit? Huh? No, I don't smell nothing. You sure? What's up, man? That ain't right. Hey, yo,
What does that smell? Do you smell that shit? You are going the fuck to jail, motherfucker. Get the fuck on the wall right now and take all your fucking shit with you, you stink ass motherfucker.
what the fuck is that smell? You smell that shit? What the thunder is? Long fart explodes, rumbling like engine, growing louder. Paper slaughter. What the? Blast crescendos, door rips off hinges, wood crashes. Who the fuck your little stank ass think you talking to? But motherfucker, I'm finding your ass guilty. Now what? Damn, I can't stand you or your fucking raggedy ass mama. This is some real bullshit. All this for fucking fart? Shit.
Well, you are a nasty ass crusty man. Now I should flex on your stank ass and let your ass go after I warned you last week, damn it.
Stop it, Dusty McFusty. Your robe, your chair breath, and your car smell like straight shit. So I need to be the one charging your ass, motherfucker.
Respect decorum. You will control yourself or I will hold you in contempt. Do you understand
With
me?
all due respect, Your Honor, you can chain my hands and my feet, but you can't chain nature. Lunch at the county jail was a mistake I'm still paying for.
The quad. I'm sentencing you to 7 days on Skid Row. You're gonna be surrounded by a bunch of grimy ass and gas all damn day, you little bastard. Now what? Dookie booty ass in 7 days.
Man, fuck you, Judge.
What the fuck should I expect from a piece of shit like you? You fucking asshole. Your issue with your stank ass, dusty ass, can't sing in church, bitch ass mama. Bitch be fucking up the bank sale too. Her shit always the nastiest shit there. Fuck you. Church bitch ass mama. Fuck you.
7 days time served.
You ready to go home?
Man.
Finally, my week is up.
Sign here and you're done, Qua.
7 days for farting. Unreal.
Rules are rules. You serve it. Here's your stuff. Gates opening. Head on out.
Best sound I heard all week.
Stay out of trouble.
Believe me, next time I'm keeping it in. Freedom smells better than any.
A motherfucking serial farter gave me 7
This summer,
fucking
justice
days
has a
to fart.
smell.
Who does that? Everybody know all judges' chairs smell like shit. And they share the fucking chairs.
Justice stinks.
That's like packing up. He gassed the whole block. Told y'all it's a medical condition. Medical? That's a weapon of mass destruction. Woo, crack that window, man.
Oh, hey, man. Oh, man. Ass gassing. Hashtag that, man. Hashtag man, bad air day. Hashtag the connect work. Hashtag hood hierarchy. Hashtag overdose music. Hashtag IKS hound. What I'm saying. Hashtag Uncle Beats. Oh man, hashtag ass gassing, man. Hey yo, remix the crap out of that right there, man. There's so many moments inside that joint, man. Remix the crap out of that right there. You know the remix thing on the shorts, you can do up to 3 minutes. Remix the crap out of there. There's so much that happens in the sequence of that. So much that happens that, man, that's gonna, I'm telling you. You don't think so? Watch. We'll show you. Let me show you. Cause they already big, man. You gotta think, how big is the connect work? Some people don't understand how these hashtags work. Cause at any time a hashtag can trend. And it ain't really on what you think for the trend. A lot of people think, man, when they hear about something it's trending, when that thing done has so much motion already developing, to where by the time you found out, it's usually word of mouth for the presentation when it's already so massive and big. Instead of jumping in when it's a kickstart fan base type thing before it gets bigger. Just like with us. As soon as we start getting bigger, and especially on like the Twitch side, when it starts picking up on there and people start rating and we start getting way different audience that's mixing in, reading them out and getting bigger and bigger, then guess what? That's going to be more people to interact and talk with, and then some people going to feel like they ain't getting attention. So then what they going to do? They're probably going to leave, or they become more interactive. Right. And then some people just sit there and they be on one network and they're sitting there and they're like, well, dang, how does he have hours of content and conversations with people and stuff like that? Does he have a script written down? Nah, this is all off top. But is he talking to himself for hours? No. There's so many people that's tapping in on different things. YouTube could say there's nobody over there. Facebook could say it's nobody over there. But one of the other platforms got somebody that's sitting there actually chatting away with me. So then we have a conversation with them. And then everybody else says they come through and cycle through. Then they jump in the conversation at different spots and points. It just doesn't never total over the correct way on YouTube to give an accurate count of how many people is from all these different networks. And then there's constantly different networks. I'm on the net scouring most of the time, new networks anyway to try out. See who got better component of this, who should be getting my money instead. How many network links can you support? How far can your plan go? We got the match right now with StreamYard, and I'm still looking for something better. All right. And then we got to learn how that works. Same time, we still on platforms that ain't even out on the public. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole nice team right now on just the Twitch side with big time streamers inside of it. So that's why it's like I could be the small dog on there because I got a network of like 3 million right there. That's just off of 6 other guys inside the queue that were in on Moonbeam. So that already gives me a little subscriber base. And if you don't know about Moonbeam is like having Discord and all the other networks merged into one. Got digital tools and everything in it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said there's always different platforms emerging all the time. Where if you just look around, sign up most of the time for these beta programs, sometimes you might have to buy into them. What's a couple bucks to jump on some feature tech and then it blows up and then right there you got founder status in there. I had founder status on that Fortnite joint for so many years. I had so many founder accounts. Like, man, those things are valued at about like $1,500, especially with all the skins. I got one. I put it on player auction. It was worth like $20,000. Can sell that at any time and make damn near about over 15. You know what I'm saying? Having the assets and assessments all over the place and stuff. Right. People want to watch pockets and shit. Come on. They ain't even in the same game. That's why I said, man, I reach out to most of these people and shit. I want to see some numbers and shit. I'm trying to see projections. I see super chats and shit like that. But then it still ain't adding up to where the numbers should be at. I figure if we're going to do a game show on YouTube and shit, I need a user engagement of at least 13,000%. 13,000%. We need no less than about $5,000 coming in per episode. Per episode. Episode's going to already be sort of pre-recorded or whatever. The tracks and shit's already going to be verified and shit. And we already contact the artist like, yo, this ain't up there. Gonna have to give us something else. And then make sure everybody's there. Fully cooperative. Fully. The whole production gotta be as if it's watching the movie. So when your viewers go back, they want to be in there. Ooh. Even if you're doing it live, guess what? That's the cool thing about doing it live. You can go ahead now, take your content and chop up all this dead air that was there, all that dead air space, and now polish it back up and then re-upload it. So now it can get viewed by your audience base, but now it's in the proper format. So then when we come upon your content and we display it to the audience, they look and they want to see that whole video, that whole film. That way we have it all sequenced right. Because it's like, oh, okay, this week. This week, okay. It jumped off like that. Okay, not bad. Right. Plus it makes it easy for somebody to clip it out. Especially if I'm involved in something. Like we've been promoting the LNSL. Because I've been a participant. We've been promoting it even on the weeks I ain't had a track on there. We still promote it. And they go back to the segments of where my track's about to introduce. And we play the person that my opponent was. So then they get a showcase on the show too. And then you know what they usually do? They usually come over here and check it out also. Like, oh man, appreciate that. You gave us the bump on your station and jump. And then most of them usually sub. And then some of them think, oh man, he's talking about me, got me in my feelings, and then they unsub. Right. We got to run an unsubathon every now and then. Got to put the belt to ass. I told you, we shaking up the goddamn tree. Got to shake it up. I got to see who is here for us. Who is here for us? Who is here for us? Not just because they're trying to achieve the clout because they came over here because their people came over here. Nah, who's for us? We done gave out so much love. We got to see where our love is at. That's why I said, well, watch the numbers drop down. That ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new. Because then they drop on one platform, they rise on a whole different one. So it's like, that's just they loss. Because then they'll circle back on us because we already somewhere. We done went a whole year study, so we're all over YouTube. We already done made the algorithm. We are an algorithm. That's what I'm saying. We are an algorithm. And then all the other networks and stuff, why did they still get traffic that we don't even associate with them? Because we're still in the rotation of that algorithm. They're still using us as that algorithm. What did they do? They occasionally restream some of our content on their channels so they can stay relevant inside of our algorithm. Because when they pop up and they get that YouTube For You mix, you ever notice a lot of people put in a hashtag FYP For You page because they're trying to promote their content to the beginning of the page. So when it pops up on there and it says For You recommended content, they want to try and hopefully pop in that algorithm. We ain't ever had to tag our stuff like that. And we still pop up on there. Still pop up on there. Still pop up on there. They come across one of the shorts. That'd be a segment from the episode. And then they come back and then what happened? The episode gives watch time. And then they said, well, how did the episode only have like less than 10 views, but it was like a 6-hour stream. But yet them 7 views were actually there live the whole time during the stream. And then they said, oh man, now that I think about it like that, shit, he had about 10 guys there for about 6 hours. Damn, that's about 60 watch hours right there, real-time watch hours. Oh, man, plus they gave likes. So guess what? It puts the video on a whole different algorithm when they drop at least 1 like per video versus having hundreds of views with no kind of likes. Right. See, that's what they go off of. They need them likes. They need a certain algorithm of likes. That ain't even really how you get the bread. It's off of the watch hours, off the content that you present, that you create. StreamYard is pretty dope. Free trial. Then what? A basic package is about $25 for the first like 3 months. Then it goes to like $45. Then you can just start off at the high tier and just buy it out for the year for less than $200. Or some of the other joints, OBS is free. You can do a couple episodes on OBS. Matter of fact, use OBS for shorts. It's already a recording studio. Make you a little short film with some graphics. Use something free like Microsoft Clip Champs. Play around with it for a little while. Make you some visuals that go with the audio that's being presented on your show. Guess what? Now you got visual representation. That's more watch time. That's what they're watching. They're watching. Some of them kicked into it, but then bam, they ain't got the equipment to run it. Good ideas, but then they ain't got the equipment to run it, so then they had to go to the bare minimum process for it. Don't think so? Shit, you need a nice ass rig. I can do it. Can do it. But we ain't trying to flex. Ain't trying to flex. We show just a little bit. Just a little bit. Shit, we got animated backgrounds and shit going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't running no kind of shit. That's not even like 1% GPU. What should we do? What should we do? When they got no content but try to use you. When they gotta use you. 'Cause they get no views. No views. And wonder how to improve. How to improve. Maybe if they pick up a phone or two. Because even a dog can learn a new trick out in the yard someday. You don't think so? I was talking to an OG just the other day. And he done pioneered a whole wave of how to take your audio and make a visual concept and hit it with the remix and tour with it and make bags on full display. And they like, nah, can't be. We just gonna stick with the same old same. And you know what the same old same do? They that same car that you see on the side of the road that done ran out of gas while everybody else is starting that hovercraft and shit. Moving around the city the way we move it, you know what I'm saying? You see me out here.
Eno Road 1 production.
Tryna grab a party, tryna grab a party. Baby girl love it, then she bout to get naughty. Tryna grab a party, tryna grab a party. Baby girl love it, then she bout to get naughty. Get naughty, get naughty, baby girl get naughty, baby girl get naughty.
Damn, G.
What's up?
You rolling on roaches and shit? You ain't got no gas?
No, this all I got left. We still gonna smoke. Is that a problem?
I'm saying, bro, you can't get no real gas.
You can't get no real gas?
No,
you ain't got no gas on you, do it?
No.
You gonna smoke that, ain't it?
Yeah.
Till you die, till your lungs hurt. So why you come here complaining about what I got going on, bit, bro? Don't you always want to smoke every morning? Ain't it the morning?